You're digging in me.
Oh yes, king.
And this shit's so bad, dude.
I'm live already.
This shit's so bad, dude.
You live?
I'm live, dude.
Guys, he's live.
Yeah, whoever is live is
The road to the
It's,
2025 Pmgo main event has been a global odyssey of skill, determination, and passion. Each region tells a story of triumph and challenge. Our journey begins in the Americas, where dope esports and action esports have secured their spots, representing two continents with distinct styles of play. Action esports won the South American qualifier convincingly, while dope esports had to fight much harder for their spot in the north. Europe's competitive landscape saw Fenerbahce esports emerge as the top contender, with Black esports and GOAT quality following closely, proving the region's depth of talent.
PUBG Mobile. I love PUBG Mobile.
Dominated the qualifiers.
PUBG Mobile is my favorite game to play. Where's my phone at? Oh, it's in my pocket. That makes sense. Chad, I get some pound cake. And pound your cake.
Is equally impressive.
Why did I see a
only
notification for my
sure.
own stream?
Leading the pack, followed by trained to kill.
How is that possible?
Esports. Rounding up its qualified
Who's
group
it, pussy
are
player?
KZE underage, who are eager to prove they can compete with the best. From Uzbekistan, 4 teams have managed to book a slot in the 2000.
What the hell? That's crazy, dude. This guy's stream I'm watching, dude. He said the same thing you did, Sick, about pounding your cake.
What?
Upgrade
Yeah, dude. He said the same line as me, dude. He said wants to be so bad, dude.
Who have made it
Dude.
by coming in top 7 in the prelim stage.
You're fucking white, man.
Pmgo isn't
Oh
just
my
a
way,
tournament.
dude.
It is a global
You
celebration
are
of
a
up-and-coming
cracker.
talent in PUBG Mobile.
Oh.
And it shows that everyone can be the number one.
If you've been watching throughout the Uzbekistan finals and the prelims, you'll have heard the support echoing.
Echo.
Six, you understand how long it's gonna take until the game start, dude?
Yeah, like 5 minutes, dude. Don't worry about it.
Anyone can be the one.
No, dude. No, dude.
Uh-huh.
Oh, dude, that's not how it works, dude.
That's definitely how it works, dude.
I'm gonna come out on a limb here and say, nuh-uh.
I need a bad bitch to molest me.
2025 Pmgo
In-game.
Uzbekistan quarterfinals was nothing short of a banger. 16 of the best teams from the host country, all gunning for that one golden ticket to the main stage of 2025 Pmgo. High stakes, heavy firepower, and zero room for error. And in the thick of it all, it was Helion Gaming who threw.
I don't want to miss the walkouts, bro. The walkouts gonna be gas.
Refusal to back down.
Yeah, I can't wait for Dope Esports walkout.
I don't. That shit was peak though. I love that. Watching them trip, dude. Shit was funny as fuck.
Like,
Started with a disaster. Helion Gaming got
oh
boxed
my god, dude, that was so
and Crystal Gaming
banger.
So worth it, bro.
barrage of nades and pressure mounting from all sides. Helion crumbled early, going out in
That was like the only thing about the
rough start. No doubt, not the kind of opener you'd expect from the eventual champs. Meanwhile, Team Upgrade
Did you watch
seemed to be a thorn in their side.
Your voice is cutting out.
Banking 13
Did you watch the
points,
games
quietly
yesterday?
Yeah, I watched all the games.
Match 2 rolled around, and it was time
This one dude dropped 11 kills in one of the last games. He was fucking frying
Yeah.
everyone, bro.
He looking like me out there, I remember.
Poncho, if you were out there, you would drop a 20 bomb. I'm not even trolling.
Bro, like, these players are so shit.
Like that's how bad they are, dude. Like, it was just hard to
Bro,
watch.
did you see Dope and Miramar take the same compound back to back and just stay there and, you know? In Miramar, man.
Even so,
No.
our heroes, Helion Gaming, wrapped up this round. with
Aw.
6 points.
Yeah, you did, man. Yeah, you did. You saw it. Yeah, huh?
Contender had entered the boss tier bracket through the
Oh, my-
consistent
oh.
gameplay. Helion had momentum, but
Oh,
now they
my
had
eyeball.
company. The two clashed in a classic high ground standoff in the end circle. Both teams worked with enough
Touch
time
you?
to get creative, while AK brought in their trademark.
Why did I get? Why did I get
Helion
touched, man?
stuck to a more
Shit,
calculated
why?
game.
Why can't you just touch
Uh,
chat?
holding angles, and
because
Alex,
I
what
don't
are
know
you doing
how
awake
old
at 6
chat
a.m.?
is, you know, but I know you're 30 years old, so like it's fine.
Dude, Juanjo, you said you're 12, dude, so it doesn't matter, right?
AK weren't far behind, dropping
No.
24 points of their own. The leaderboard tighter than ever.
Tighter.
4 was a
Huh.
Blade's redemption arc. They didn't just bounce
Tighter than
back,
ever,
they
dude.
went full
Same.
rage mode in the
Same.
final circle
You know what I mean?
and literally ran over Holy with the car. Holy
Tuned in for 3 days straight.
third place.
3 days straight? That's like the longest I've ever streamed in a row.
Game, getting sent to the lobby with a donut. 0
Yeah, better be
points.
thankful.
But somehow Upgrade and Hellion still walked away with 15 points each. No one was pulling away. By this point, AK knew they couldn't let things slide any further. Hellion and Upgrade both played it a little too safe, dropping mid-tier performances in match 5. AK stepped up just enough to snag the second highest points of the match. Still not quite a game changer, but enough to keep their dreams of #1 alive heading into the final match. So it came down to this. One
Free
last
Diddy
match,
till it's backwards?
3 contenders.
Don
Hellion
it.
at
Of course, you.
57 points, Upgrade at
You would say
56
Free Diddy.
points, and AKE at 47. Hellion had to lead, but in PUBG Mobile, one wrong rotation and you're watching the spectator screen, and that's exactly what happened. Crystal Gaming woke up and chose violence, sending Upgrade packing in 15th.
Dude, where's
place.
Valak at, bro? He said he was gonna be
The
here,
dreams
awake all day.
buried. Hellion didn't fare much better. The circles were brutal. The team got split mid-rotation and slowly...
Yeah, all men are the same. They're all liars.
Deal, which left AK,
What?
they went beast mode. Held center
They all fucking
forward,
liars.
Just got to work, so I need some entertainment. Where are you working at? At 6 a.m. You got that
Bro
early
think he
shit.
got a job. Bro think he works a job.
Guys hate on black successful entrepreneur?
And AKE clutched
Yeah, alright.
Bro thinks he went on D.com.
Dude, Donnie, what's your opinions on R. Kelly?
And the scoreboard lit up. It was
Huh?
Hellion Gaming. By just 3 points, they held the line. No flashy finish, no final chicken dinner, but enough grind, grit, and game sense to snatch the golden ticket straight to Pmgo main stage. Upgrade stuck in third. Divergent Gaming and THE71 Aggressor joined them in the prelims. Don't forget to catch all the action live.
Dude, the crowd's actually like decent, dude.
Where the fate of these 4 teams will finally
Kinda fire.
be
Yeah, there appears to be
decided.
17 million Uzbekistan teams playing.
2025 PUBG Mobile Global Open.
They just went an NA and let like 15 NA teams in the finals.
Take place over 2 days.
One non-NA team.
Qualifiers
And see if they still win.
And boy,
Wong, I do not understand what the fuck you're saying, buddy, because that is Chinese. Just missed the toilet and he landed the woman sleeping next to it. Alright.
Why is he speaking Chinese?
I don't know, dude.
With 6 matches to make it our
Yeah, bro, am I not on the English stream?
and every second counted. Welcome to the blood, sweat, and chicken dinners of 2025 PMGO Prelims Day 2. Let's break down the madness match by match. With only 6 games left to decide the fate of Day 2, the first match became a proving ground for the Bulls.
Why the show Redox, bro? Like, he ain't playing no prelims, bro. He invited to the main event. He's like that, dude.
What team is Redux on?
Yo, fun fact, Redox has the biggest stick out of all comp players.
What are you, what? What?
I mean, I can bet you, dude. I'll put all my chips in his penis.
Put all your chips on his penis? Okay.
Yep. I'm going all in on this statement.
Next match reminded us why momentum is the secret sauce.
Dude, #1 North American qualifier, and then you get 13th? Like, this guy sucks, bro. Who's on his team? Titans team, dude? Let's see. Oh, dude. You suck, Mantra. You suck. Here, booty cheeks.
Hey, where's your team, buddy?
Match 9 lit up the arena. Just when crowd thought that
Where's your team? I asked.
What are you talking
Huh?
about? What team?
Where's your team in Titan of the series?
Yeah, we're second place right now, dude, but, you know, it's not even finals, so we're
Yeah, your
taking
team
things
got
light.
accumulated 20 years of experience, and you were in second place. Yeah, this time, this is where, you know, you gotta, you know.
Can you name 1 times you've won regionals without Coops' help? That's what I thought.
Actually, I won it with. Oh no, I did win it with. Never mind. Fuck. I was at CPS, yeah, but I'm like, fuck, dude, never mind.
Dude's literally
Actually, and it was so ass before that Wicked Pro League kind of counts as ratings. Come on now. And I won that with 19 A's. Without hoops, yep. Suck my dick. And then Wicked disappeared and never paid us the 1K. Like, was it really that deep? 1K? Like, dude, pay up, dude. He still owes me my 250. At my own team, there's 750.
Yeah, dude, the tax is reduced to $0.
Oh man, Joyce the fucking accountant, dude. Fuck.
Showing off serious squad synergy, but then came the storm.
I do, and you should buy me nuggies here and there, but you know, it definitely did not come up to $2,000 fucking dollars.
Upgrade's last man made a daring bid for glory, surviving deep into the final circle, almost pulling off the unthinkable, but Icon stood tall to clutch their first chicken dinner off the day and second in the prelims.
Hey, yes, dude, celebrating like they had not dropped 5 kills in the way.
Dude, yesterday there was this guy that was hitting an emote after the game. He had 24 damage. And the team that won had like 15 kills or some shit, bro. Oh, I just fucking dropped my phone in the floor.
Oh, no.
As the battlefield fell silent, goat quality reigned supreme on the leaderboard, with Upgrade a breath behind. Both Titan chicken dinners, but Goat edging ahead on points.
Goat edging ahead, dude? I thought we both just caught on.
Wait, we just happen to be at the exact same fucking time?
I
Like
did.
without, you know, 1, 2, 3.
We're just locked in like that, bro.
My booty hole is itching, dude. I don't think it was very, very good.
Okay.
It's really not
That's
needed to be said.
a little nasty, bro. That's all I'm saying.
I fall, bro. I don't have a dad. He never taught me how to wipe.
Okay.
I don't think. Alright, you know what?
We'll go with it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main stage where we would like to invite the Uzbekistan World of Wonder Map Design Competition Champion, Sanok Savarjan.
Bro, they're not even on stage 6. Fuck you, dude. Goodbye.
Yeah, they're on stage. You don't see him right there?
Bye.
Xarita dizaynini yaratish tanlovi g'olibi Sarvarjon Samuxjonov yonimizda. Negadir qarsaklar ovozi eshitilmayapti.
We are truly thankful for your contribution to this great community and congratulations on becoming the World of Wonder Map Design Competition Champion of Uzbekistan.
Mazkur xaritani yaratganingiz uchun sizga cheksiz minnatdorchilik izhor etamiz va sizni yana bir bor tabriklamoqchimiz.
And if you're curious about this wonderful map, you can just grab the code off the screen and check it out. Once again, congratulations.
Qadrli do'stlar, ushbu xarita bilan tanishmoqchi bo'lsangiz, ekraningiz ostidagi maxsus kodlarni ilova qilishingiz kerak bo'ladi.
Thank you so much. And speaking of our local creators and teams, our local teams truly have stepped up to the plate here.
Lit off that one hit marker he got. That's what I'm saying, bro.
Toughest on the map. So, we would like to cast your minds back to see how this year's bigger than ever Pmgo developed.
Xaritalar yaratish borasida gapiradigan bo'lsak, vakillarimiz
Where's the game
so'nggi
supposed to
yillarda
start?
dunyoda
Probably like 5 minutes. I'm gonna invite you to the server.
Endi esa keling, PUBG Mobile Global Open 2025 ning rivojlanish va ommalashish bosqichiga birgalikda guvoh bo'lamiz.
Dear PUBG Mobile fans, at the 2025 PUBG Mobile Global Open, players from over 150 countries across 5 major regions took their first steps in esports. More than 90,000 participants joining the battle. The Pmgo qualifiers saw more than 4,600 matches held across the world, where amateur teams delivered pro-level performances. In the end, we will witness the rise of new stars who have earned their place alongside the elite pro teams. All
Predict the top 3. All right.
Champions title.
At number 1, we got 4MV. At number 2, I got either Reject or Red Force. And at number 3, I'm taking LGD Gaming. Or actually, at 3, I'll take Regnum Garia.
Thank you for being part of this.
What's it, Afro?
You can be the one. Log in now to PUBG Mobile. Check out your 2025 Pmgo album.
Look at the prize post. Noise. Go XCY. He plays in Red Force, right? XCY. This guy did. This guy, booty cheeks, bro, booty cheeks. This dude has never won anything, bro. This guy's ass. Chat, it's just something about mobile players. You just can't make them look hard. Like, none of these motherfuckers look tough, even with the edit and everything. Like, what?
Every team is strong, but I want to say for
I feel like the only person I've ever seen from video games look hard as fuck is Faker.
チャンピオンの座を守るというよりかはまた、挑戦として1位を目指したいなと思っています。
Pmgo daar zo bagot yun bata. Goed even zijn bagot.
Where's Blyat? Chesley?
Yeah, I don't know.
Atay na iru tur.
I tagged him. He's in VC and serves her, but he hasn't like responded in like 3 hours. So
Oh, you know he's out.
he gone. Okay, Paraboy does have aura as well.
Paraboy?
Paraboy, like, you know how like they do the edits for players and shit, like the intros? Like, none of these players, like, not a single one of them has any aura.
Paraboy's just like that, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, Paraboy and Faker just have it. Like that. That's just negative.
Alright. 4MV is in this, correct?
Yeah.
You think, yeah, each of their players is going for a triple-double?
Triple the down, I'm calling it, bro. Their main fryer going for a 55-5 game, and you know.
You can be the one.
Like,
Vicario, the guy's a good one as well.
but you say that
Federal a little bit. Vicario just has that like look to him. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like Federal just doesn't have the look in his eyes.
Yo, what's up, Jagger?
Yes, sir, bro. How's it going? How's it going?
Woke up just for this, dude.
At least it's the weekend. Yeah.
Aura has no aura? No. Aura doesn't have aura. He's just cracked as fuck. He just doesn't have it.
If I had
Yes,
work
you
on the weekend, I would definitely not be up there.
Yeah. Order. It's just order.
Yeah, Order's just that motherfucker, but no aura.
Let's see, have you seen what he look like? He's like 0 aura rating off him.
You know, I haven't really been in the scene. Is XQC still like the team?
XQC? No.
Or not?
Yeah.
Whatever.
No,
the
XYQ?
name is. XYQ, yeah.
No fat shame. You can chat fat shame. You can fat shame all you want, dude. You can change if you're fat or not, right? So it's shameable.
No, we're not, buddy.
But we can't shame people's looks.
We are not.
It's unchangeable.
our goal is to be the champion.
Try and miss the XYQ name. I'm not gonna lie to you. That name went hard.
Win it and lift it.
That logo was good too.
We're done with getting top 3 and not winning championship.
That's about it from that team.
我觉得来到这个舞台，所有战队都能构成任何的威胁，但同时我们也能对他们造成威胁。
The sound is like cut out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, look at him there walking out.
the 7-2-1 aggressor.
This guy's wearing the same fucking pants and shoes. This guy, like,
Has he showered? I need to know this.
this dude
I know he
probably
washed
hasn't
his pants.
showered, hasn't washed the pants, dude. Like, he's been wearing the same pants every day, dude. Like,
Influence, rage.
Or he might just be that kind of demon that, like, owns multiple pairs. No aura.
hands in the pockets, bro. Like, let's settle down. Like, put the glasses, dude. Dude, negative aura. Law the only one that has any shred of aura.
You know, all for like having pride for where you're from and all, but carrying a flag, dude, that's like negative 50 aura points.
Dude, the guy on the right for this team just has aura. Look how big that motherfucker is. Absolute unit.
Yeah, ain't nobody talking noise to that dude.
LGD Gaming.
LGD Jamosa.
R8 Esports.
R8 Sports Jamosa.
Starlight!
Nongshim Red Force.
Nongshim Red Force Jamosa.
Dude, where's my goods 4V at, dude? I need him to. How do you see him?
Don't say the best for that.
Aki Cyber.
Aki Cyber Jamosa.
Negative aura.
Nigma Galaxy.
Look at Ralph. That's fucking aura right there, dude. You don't understand how much aura this man has. Ralph just radiates aura.
Nepex Esports.
Nepex Esports Jamosa.
God damn, he jacked!
Okay, let's put it down, buddy. Show pencil neck.
Reject Jamosa.
Those people that just hits biceps only?
Yeah.
Helion Gaming.
Helion Gaming Jamosa.
Black Esports.
Black Esports Jamosa.
Regnum Carrier Esports.
Regnum Carrier Esports Jamosa.
That's fine.
You look gay. What?
For Miracle.
Oh my god, it's the goats!
Miracle Vibes Jamosa.
Dude, the way they say it, they're saying upgrade, it just sounds so bad. It should just be like upgrade, 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 not upgrade, upgrade, upgrade.
Tomorrow,
I don't think that's how it
one of
works.
these teams will have their names etched into the esports history books of PUBG Mobile. With some of these smash rules in place, 16 teams enter and only the strongest will survive. So, let's head over to our analysts to break everything down before we get into map number 1.
Ertaga mana shu jamoalardan biri esports tarixiga o'z nomini muhrlaydi va PUBG Mobile Global Open 2025da g'olib sifatida e'tirof etiladi. Shoh supadan joy oladi. Kubok esa ularniki bo'lishi mumkin va kuchli jamoalardan biri shu nomga munosib ko'riladi. Birinchi xaritadagi janglarni boshlashdan avval to'liqroq ma'lumotlarga ega bo'lish uchun tahlilchilarga yuzlanamiz.
Over 90,000 players have participated in the Open qualifiers. We have narrowed it down to 16 teams. This is the 2025 PUBG Mobile Global Open Uzbekistan main event. My name is the 7WG, alongside Maxman the Great, that he's not going to be cursing any teams. And on top of that, we have Matura.
That's me, my new name.
Is the mature one on the desk, Natura, to be fair. But I'm excited. I mean, we got a chance to see some of these teams straight from the Uzbekistan qualifiers go to quality.
Alright, chat. How many kills is Top getting?
Which teams are you
Day one.
I'm super excited to see some of our main teams. I think we'll get into that a little bit later, but honestly, GOAT as well. I really want to see them. I really want to see more from Upgrade. I mean, not more in that step-up sort of way, but more in just like, I want to see them win again, because that was awesome yesterday.
I don't want to see more. I just want to see the same day two of the prelims,
Yeah.
and I'll be super happy with that. But really, right now, Uzbekistan, we said it, they proved themselves in that stage. They showed a lot of potential. Can they prove themselves once again, clearly at the hardest stage of Pmgo?
It's going to be the hardest
Just
one.
take the whole. What, Donnie? What?
What Reject is going to be doing, right? This is
Chat, would you date Neptura? No, I would not. She is a lovely woman, but I would not date her.
Just like she makes a bean casserole.
Shit, if she can make a mean green bean casserole, then hell yeah, I'd date her, dude.
Turning is usually what we like to call it.
Oh, look at her, you know she can.
But let's take a look at the participating teams. That way you kind of have an idea of which teams will be playing here today and tomorrow. You can look how they were able to qualify through there. And it was tough for some of the teams from the Pmgo prelims.
Yes, it was indeed. I mean, we saw some big.
What are you doing for a living? Fucking bad bitches.
FX, right, coming in from those prelims because they went all out in that last game just to sneak into the top 7. So I kind of want to see what they've got up their sleeves for the next 2 days.
Just sneak
You
in.
just tagged me. Oh wait, my own server tagged me.
It went pretty much. Really happy with RA. I think that they kind of got in the zone on that second day. Really big step up in terms of how they were taking fights.
Jagger die?
Why not, dude? I just have insane standards for women, dude.
I'm here, man. What's up?
RA can bring that A game back here today. Maybe they can prove that they're not just
Like
good
chat.
in the Saudi E-Leagues, they could also in other grand events.
Not only that, right, but we also saw Uzbekistan teams being able to
Chat, this is who.
show some the support from the crowd.
Yeah, I need my women to look like this. I'm Madison, beautiful.
One thing I have in mind right away, I was able to carry momentum.
This is the most beautiful woman ever, chat. The most beautiful woman we'll ever see.
They did indeed. I mean,
She's so fine.
I don't know how many points
Madison
they got yesterday, but it was
I fucking love Madison Beer, dude.
Just put it this way, right? 3 wins is going to be 30 points anyway. So it is going to be something where that's a lot of points. It's getting to that point where if they can redo that, which is going to be hard to do, but if they can, I mean, a lot of these teams, even the global ones, are going to be struggling.
Let's not forget the last year, right, with Reject winning it, this is the moment where actually we saw Japan as a possible team to win, a possible region to win in these big global events. And now this might be the opportunity for Uzbekistan to make it happen. So there's so much on the line, and going up against once more the best teams in the world here, like your 4MV and squads just to like them.
I'm excited for the teams. I'm excited for the format. I'm excited for everything. But we do have, talking about format, we do have something new here. It's called the Smash Roll. So let's take a look at this first.
Jessica Alba clear. Jessica Alba's fine in sec too. Hello B, how you doing? BPE for the win. What's City Sweeney? I don't see City Sweeney's like attractive, but I just no. I feel like I don't know. I just don't like white women that much.
A new level of excitement for our viewers. Challenge teams to develop innovative strategies and create an alternative path to victory that rewards both consistency and clutch performances. The smash rule has
How you doing, brother?
steps.
Pretty good.
Step 1.
This is when he is top tier white woman.
80 points in the leaderboard. Step 2. Secure the winner chicken dinner in any of the remaining maps of main event day 2 to become the champion of 2025 Pmgo. Regardless
Chat.
of how many matches.
Speaking of top tier white women,
No team achieves this after all 12 maps, the
chat. This is premium white woman right here, dude.
will be crowned champion.
Premium white woman.
Going to turn up some serious heat in
Like,
the
she is so
2025
fine.
Pmgo main event. Will we see a champion team emerge with this new rule? Stay tuned to witness PUBG mobile history.
You say ABC humor? What the fuck?
Wait. We're doing match point?
Yeah, they're in match point. Once you get 80 points, if you win a game, you win.
On day 1. I mean, actually, on day 2. On day 1,
Technically.
nobody's going to be able to smash Max.
Yeah, I mean, day 1, no smashing happening. It's happening on day 2, 7.
But
that's for
y'all
sure.
heard,
I mean,
dude.
what you can do in day 1 is
Too
get
much
through
cock
that
gobbling.
80-point limit, right? Which is going to be quite hard to achieve, right? But if you're able to make it happen, that means you're able to smash rule right away in the first game of day 2. But we know that that's going to change the whole dynamic of the end of this tournament that we've never witnessed before in a global PUBG Mobile esports event.
And something to keep in mind is after 12 matches, if nobody's able to win due to the smash rule, it is going to be the team with the most points. And honestly, I'm hoping that we do end up having at least a couple teams that can go for it, because it's going to be exciting, especially with that smash rule. And I mean, talking about teams that can possibly win that way, right? I think one that I have in mind has to be 4MV.
I mean, big banging games, right? You're looking at if you're looking at a team to do well over there, it is
Hey,
going to
Hathaway's a hardcore Arsenal fan. Then I'm a hardcore Arsenal fan too, dude. I don't even know which of that team is.
Sorry, Max.
Yeah, I'm chilling.
You on the spot there. I
You're
forgot.
asking for it
No
right now.
Maxman curse. I got you, 4MB fans. All right, so Neptura, 4MB.
Are you sure
Who
you
winning?
wanna ask me? Because I
I'm gonna go ahead and bet 4MV.
What do you think about
You might be
4MV?
on your own here. No, but honestly, 4MV, I am super stoked to see how stacked this team really is. Because honestly, I mean, we followed Top for a long time. We followed Doc for a long time.
That smash rule is
Soul
stupid as
for
fuck.
years
What
now.
smash rule?
All of them, right? Baron as well. So it's looking like we have a very hyped team coming up.
Where
We have to talk about them a
is-
little bit, and I know fans, I'm so sorry. We will speak about them just because they're so cool. It's gonna happen.
The only team to ever have 2 PMGC
Yes.
MVPs on the same squad,
Exactly.
right? Inzyol and Top.
Exactly.
That alone should just kind of set the tone as to what we expect from this team going into this tournament. They need to come out swinging. Looking at the plans for CSA, they just dominated.
It's hard start? I don't know, probably like
It was just
10 minutes.
It was not even
Yeah.
a hard tournament for them. They were just having an easy time. They were chilling, testing out the comp, the strats, the rotates, the synergy. And the synergy, from what I've seen so far, is looking pretty good. One thing I'm a little bit scared about is maybe some players getting too in that
Watch a
fragment mode
montage.
with
I'm
the
kind
center
of listening to the app. Yeah, I'm not gonna cap.
We got to be careful.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
Some players don't
Yeah.
forget that they do have a squad.
Yeah.
That's true. I mean, it can happen, right? Especially
You're
when
explaining?
you
I
have
was paying attention.
Stars of the caliber of Doc and Top on that team, and on top of that, I mean, there's other.
Yeah,
teams
so the
that
thing
are
I don't like-
cool. I mean, Seal, MVP,
Is I think the match point system is cool and all, right? But literally, so where did I see it?
Pro delivers pro level speed, precision,
Oh, somewhere here.
and seamless gameplay, giving the ultimate edge to players
Yeah.
around the
So,
world. This is the official gaming.
Maximum number of matches played is 12. Like, that's stupid.
I didn't even.
I think that's pretty dumb.
With the rest. I don't want you guys to get
It's like first to get 80 points
By the way, for everybody currently
and
watching,
win a
if
game,
you
or
wanna check
12
them out,
matches.
you check them out on
Yeah, I think if they did the match
YouTube,
point system where it's like you have to hit 80 points and then win a game, and that's the only when it ends, and it can go an infinite number of games, you know? I think then it would be fine. But like this is okay.
maps are gonna be like, and if you've been watching the previous days, it's gonna be the exact same. I'm gonna be going to say
And a 12 game like tournament is just
for you, Neptura, is are we gonna be
so bad.
seeing R8
You need
on a
24
hot
games
drop again in
minimum
Paradise
for a
Resort?
global.
It's possible that not only one hot drop in Paradise, but 2 hot drops in Paradise.
12 games is so RNG.
No. It's one hot drop with 3 teams.
That. Yeah, what he said.
Yeah, what I said.
Yeah.
Okay, because
Go ahead.
technically you're going to have R8, D Xavier, which has shown willingness to avoid fights if they can early game in recent years, right, especially last year, and I think you mentioned earlier, right, the 7-2-1 aggressors, which were dropping their fighting versus R8 in the prelims.
Yes.
A 3-way fight in Paradise Resort, kind of odd because it's definitely not big enough for 3 teams,
Yeah.
and 2 definitely not. So, are we going to see teams trying to give it up? I hope so, but from what we saw yesterday, at least T721 and R8 might just commit once more.
I mean,
For 150 match point and 24 games max.
I'm really excited to see what these teams are going to do. What kind of
Maybe.
They're going to be sitting here in the first match, right? But talking about teams, talking about going into matches, give me some predictions.
Rejects.
Rejects.
Straight out.
Okay, well,
Dude, this is how many games? 24?
No, I'm going to be going for 4MV, Reject.
18. This is 18 matches
David, I think can be a big threat in this
for the finals.
Where's
Where's the finals? This is the finals.
You said 3, I need you to give me 3
Okay, you know
as
what?
well.
We're gonna go with rejects. We're gonna go with LGD. You know what? Let's go with LGD. Let's see what they've got in there, and also upgrade.
Ooh. Okay.
Oh, we got prediction counter. I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
Field Esports dead last place, dude.
If that's the case, I have to predict as well. Actually, you know what? Wait, Max, I want to make sure
You got 15K for that. That's fine.
So remind me real quick, what was your picks?
Don't change it.
4MV, DX, and I had Reject.
And oh, those are so good.
Yeah.
I picked the best ones. Come on, bro. I have to go with Influence Rage. Gotta support Brazil. Come on now.
Makes sense.
I'm not biased, I promise. 4MV.
Yeah, it's just an Apex match point.
I know,
Nice.
none of the prelims, Tim. Please don't judge me.
You might be judged.
I want to see the reason why I'm picking them as well. I want to see how they're going to be performing, considering some of these teams haven't played, right? We have seen it in the past.
We have
slow.
indeed. Yeah, a little bit slow, a little bit speeding up towards the end. Maybe we'll see a little bit more from them in day 2 if they don't pick it up in day 1 for sure. But yeah, Sanok is going to be really, really interesting. We do have that hot drop, that's what it's called, on Paradise Resort.
That is what it's called.
Yeah, that is what it's called indeed. But you know what? I think we got several teams here who historically are pretty darn good on Sanhok, and I think we will be seeing some action from them.
We do have another hot drop on Sanok though, and this is the second hot drop we had.
Tell me.
Nocturne Red Force versus LGD, and I did see one of the PEL talent known to curse teams and players. He goes to shake their hands, then she actually go to see the Nocturne Red Force player and shake their hand.
That's true.
So that is their 5th player. He went to help them directly. So I gotta respect the commitment to the bit.
Not some Red Force fans. That's not fair. You're not allowed. What are you doing that for? One team I'm actually interested in is Rangam Karya. We haven't gotten a chance to talk about them much. But this is a team. Remember what they were able to do at PMG, given that Sarah's not here. Sarah's not here with Regnum Karya, neither will Reject. We don't really know what happened there. We can sit here and speculate as much as we wanted to, but I'm not going to. Maybe later. We'll find out. Depends on how they start, okay?
Yeah.
Hold on to that one. But for Regnum Karya, what are you guys' expectations?
I think they're going to start out a little bit slow, honestly. I think they're going to want to get the lay of the land just a little bit, Max. I feel like we're not going to see too much of them at the beginning because they just need that time to kind of warm up a little bit, get used to things, and get a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah, I think that they, at least, you know what, they don't have a player just coming in last minute like they had in PMGC, so I think that was a little bit of an X factor. They actually performed really well with that in mind, but now they got the full squad that they prepared for a long time, so I feel like we can expect big things here from Regnum Karya.
We've been talking about it, we've been hyping it up. This is the moment that we need to get started as we're going to be jumping into Sanhok for the first game of the main event of the Pmgo Uzbekistan. Take it away, John Allen and Blank.
It is time to kick off the finals here in Uzbekistan. It has all been leading up to this. Blank and Sanhok is ready, rip-roaring to go. And so am I.
Straight into the finals here in Uzbekistan. Very, very fun prelims that we saw there, with plenty of the Uzbekistani teams actually making it in to the finals itself. It was 3 out of the 4, not including Hellion
You
Esports.
spent $45 for the Navara JJK skin? Bro, why'd you get Navara skin, bro? Did they not have better skins out then? You get a character that disappears for like 3 years and then comes back randomly, like.
What I will say for the desk is that, yeah, they chose some very, very interesting picks. I was just surprised no one talked about Regnum Karya too much up until the end.
Looks like they're playing on 120 frames.
That is
Looks
a team
nice.
that could definitely go very, very far here. Yes, they're lacking Sarah. We got to remember that these guys dominated over.
Oh, 2 top teams letting each other? Hell yeah.
Just pipped the post by D plus Kia right at the end.
Right at the end, and speaking of D plus Kia, well, their countrymen from South Korea, Nongshim Red Force, will be taking on Hope for the PEL, the Chinese region.
Taking a shit as we speak.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's Juancho. He doesn't wipe.
They have isolated themselves side to side of this building.
Why would I wipe if I'm just gonna shit again today?
Skin? Oh, but you don't.
It's a little bit more likely that maybe they look.
Oh yeah, I forgot because it's skins for certain characters, not. Okay, yeah, bro.
Yeah, you fucking idiot.
Why would you ever get a Megami skin either? That motherfucker a fraud. Name one time that dude's ever won a fight.
They might just get snapped off if they're not careful.
maybe we don't really.
Dude, a lot of people ain't fighting here. There's nothing here.
Dude, I would never fight for this place. Like, oh shit, you want it? That's fine with me, dude. Like, I don't want it that bad, dude.
We're just gonna skedaddle. My bad.
Like, this place is like a whole ass maze, dude. I'm not feeling like fighting someone in here.
There's just no loot.
Like, Circle never goes here either, so like, very rarely. Like one time it came here, but you never stay here. You never stay in the ruins. You always rotate out.
And Pmgo quals, dude, access made it to Pmgo because it always went to the compound north of the ruins. All Sanok games. It does come here, man. Trust me.
Name one time. Oh, you couldn't name one time. Yeah, see?
Yeah, they left, bro. See, like, I feel like somebody went all chat. So we're just gonna get out of here. My
I'll
bad.
be right back, dude. I'm shitting. Y'all talking too much.
Okay.
He's a nervous shitter.
It's the first match, yes.
To maybe see something on that line. I was also maybe thinking about Nick McGalaxy potentially coming in later if they don't.
Most JJ characters, especially the Yotas. Dude, I feel like the students. You have fucking. There's a few of them. Half of them are frauds. But the one dude that's not a fraud is Toto. That man has never lost a fight. Actual GOAT.
Meanwhile, over the top of the mountain on the Northwest Island, it's two home ground teams, the 721 Aggressor and GOAT Quality. A little bit of a scrap going the way right now of the 721 Aggressor. They pick up one on GOAT Quality, and then another right around the corner. FGS has found one over onto Butcher. The DPS not quite connecting, finally able to get it done. Has to go for the weapon swap.
The whole tube of the DPS, essentially. Proud of you.
Butcher only the one to get knocked out, will keep himself nice and healthy, but it's GOAT to lose two players, a team that did so well up until the end of the prelims, where Upgrade started to add new little bits of machinery to their
He did actually not. Toto's never lost a fight, dog.
Because they certainly did upgrade.
That phone looks tiny in that dude's hands.
Told you the most GOAT character of all time, dude. Bro was in 4 episodes or 5 episodes, I think. The last fight when he only had one hand, he did not lose that. He won that fight.
I would say is a very risk-averse IGL, in my opinion. So I wasn't expecting him to make too many crazy moves up towards ruins too quickly.
Oh, bit of a crash. Regnum Kaya, DXavier both.
That's what all the good teams fighting, dude.
In Tashkent, but first goes the way of the defense on DXavier here, but it's traded off. Paragin flushed as well. Silas can be rezzed in this spot. Wild goes down to the back line.
Oh, did nade?
From Lamborghini. They are trading back though. Regnum Kaya keep things going, and the flush is continuing to be confirmed, leaving DXavier on 2 against 2 with 2 down on Regnum Kaya. A beautiful dip out from Nate T and holds the corner, but again
Went up.
it's just trade after trade, and these flushes come through. It's all on
Leviosa.
Leviso on the corner, Loxy with a stunner, doesn't have the nade there, and a sliver of HP cuts across. No nade to be found as he doesn't get the res.
Oh, this is a very good play from Loxy at the moment. Molotov and the stun grenade just to delay there quite a little.
He naded himself.
Gives him time to get a first aid kit off, and he knows that Leviso very low. The Molotov will spread, should spread on the open floor. Doesn't quite reach him.
That was my GOAT Maharaga beat Gojo. Dude, I always find it funny when people are like, Sukuna is stronger than Gojo. Well, no. Gojo dog walks Sukuna. But Sukuna won because he had Maharaga and the fucking other motherfucker that was OP.
Could potentially be third parties coming through as well. We have to keep our eyes on that. But for now, it is still this 1v1 standoff. Leviso doing work here. Toshpik low, bleeding out. Loxy tries to hold it down around the side of the vehicle. There's the major threat here. The weapon swap to get the flush. It's looking for a second as well. And both teams are tearing shreds out of each other.
I mean, this is a high-tier fight, to be quite honest with you, right? It's DXavier versus Regnum Kaya. Two of the best teams in the world going at it head-to-head. And you can see just the way these engagements go down, because both teams were making split-second decisions of how they wanted to trade there. And it was refrag after refrag.
Gojo Sukuna? Gojo easily. We're talking about like, 1v1.
Get all the way to endgame.
Got 1v1.
pull off 1v3s. So I think that if anyone stays up, Loxy being it, I don't think the team's too unhappy with that one. Was sort of out of character though, seeing Silas actually go down first in that fight. He had been, for the previous year, kind of the glue that held the team together as they were starting to find their footing. Some would say, you know, he's normally standing upright. Some would say vertical, Blank. And if you're interested in vertical things, well, lucky you, because we've got a vertical stream available for you on both TikTok and Instagram, and you can check it out there. You don't even have to turn your phone sideways, and you get more info than just this main stream. You have the map feed, those stats, the player cameras. There is also, if you want to take a second monitor approach, a dedicated map feed over on the PUBG Mobile Esports YouTube channel. You can keep track of every single.
You watched the Record of Ragnarok? What is that about? Is it on Crunchyroll?
Make sure you're ahead of the curve.
That was pretty good.
Knowledge downloaded as fast as you can.
Next circle coming in real soon now. This is exactly where this one does head on over to. 4MV. Down towards the southeast. Still waiting to cross here. A lot of teams are backed up.
Hellion trying to get across. R8 have been on this bridge hold by Huntin and a nice split for quite
Guys,
a
see
while.
this fight 1v1?
The forward point for it goes down to Falcon.
Sounds fair.
Rosa could be rezzed here. However, there are many
Reinhardt from
players down for
ReZero solos. There's, I fully believe Deku solos JJK.
Looking to get the res in the wake of it.
Like Bakugo solos JJK, dude. Like JJK versus just so weak.
But no, there's a beautiful off angle from Ida.
Okay, alright, on the board.
On the bridge, R8 continue this hold.
Alright, number 3 now. Good.
Finally, over to the northwest side.
That circle took about 8 years to finally show its hand. 4MV though versus Rejects.
4MV farming.
As well. Now those are
Can we get another fight?
flushed out until just there as Duello hits the deck. So Rejects down to 3. Some insane shots though from 4MV across the water.
Ooh.
Aki Cyber did make their way across earlier on.
So listen to that. Ragnarok anime has shit animation. I watched 11 episodes of Blue Lock Season 2, bud. I can handle anything.
That was a quick and speedy rotate, but it's alongside with Enigma Galaxy. So
Also just watched an entire episode of the beginning after the end.
rather soon.
Oh god.
Blue Lock Season 2 wasn't that bad, was it?
The animation was in the
No,
first
it was
episodes.
pretty
It was really bad.
Away from them.
Like, you gotta rewatch it and, like, pay attention to the animation. And just notice how bad it is.
Team that dropped with LGD and Ruins, who
Listen
did not
to my
disengage from
tone.
the fight. They are a little bit behind the queue right now and will have to fight against.
I've only ever seen 3 animes,
One of the big
so
holes, maybe a top spot here.
I probably wouldn't know. I mean, I watched the old Dragon Ball Z stuff.
Dragon Ball, Dragon D's Nuts Christmas. What?
That's crazy.
What's up? You can see the native looking Refus with the first. Launches it around. Should be good on the
Watch Fire Force? I'm on like the end of season 1, I think.
to be seen. Footsteps, however, heard. Refus with a second, but
I don't know, I get bored of it. Because like every 2 seconds, like you bring Dragon Ball Universe to Blue Lock Universe. Yeah. JJK Universe is like extremely weak. Like extremely weak.
Potentially able to get this res or top even, depending on how fast he can get away with this. I'm surprised they've let this cross happen.
Which is the most goated anime?
Hilariously bold cross. I mean, fair enough to
Neon
Refus
Genesis
again. He knows that
Evangelion.
during that small moment, he's got a crawl there. The Phenomcian Red Force, very, very well done. Disciplined too, and they catch him just as he's heading into the building. At the same time, bait out.
I love My Hero Academy, but JJK solos the verse. Okay, if we take Prime All Might and put him in JJK, he just speed blitzes everyone and hits them so hard that they fucking explode. Like, that's just how it's gonna go.
Strafing over this high ground. He wants this fight. He wants this face.
Doc with a nice rotation.
And then what is JJK verse doing against Shigaraki? Shigaraki is just Mahito on steroids.
And Nongshim Red Force cannot handle him on the high ground. Zeol's up in the meantime, top with a nade around the side. Doc finds Benny as well. That's the flush coming on through. 2 players now for Nongshim.
Peek at top, peek at top. Oh no, top, no!
Looking for a second as
Oh no, 4MV!
But Doc has more to say. Around the edge, finds the
No, 4MV!
Doc to Doc. And it will be Nongshim Red Force to stay alive.
Some dock on dock action. Always good to see. But to be honest with you,
It is what it
Such
is.
a treat getting to watch Doc play. Yes, he makes some very aggressive maneuvers. Sometimes it don't work out, but it's just the
Okay, but so we're considering Infinity a fucking ability, right? What about the dude who just looks at like Aizawa? Aizawa just cancels out all his abilities.
To be honest, so very impressive there. Before MV, they already showed some real.
Okay, so fired up about it.
Taking shots over towards Reject
Because these dudes don't fucking know, dude. They don't know.
Late areas of the circle. Take a look at that replay. Oh, we're getting a cheeky look at the spray down from Aggressor. Oh, look at that.
But also, All For One literally could just take whoever's powers into the JJK verse and just become that motherfucker.
Able to do so much work. It's so unfortunate they couldn't quite hold the inside down.
Dude, Overflow was barely in the show, dude. He was so cracked, though.
I think that the tiered player style there, play style.
Did A7 not make it? No, I don't think. I can't remember. I think it was Influence Rage that made it over them.
Inside that building, so
Or something.
very well set up
Somehow.
Red Force. And I think they did have all the cards. They were jumbled and shuffled up a bit as soon as Doc burst into the room, but it was handled in the end. The 721 aggressors up towards the top side of the mountain will have to come down. Camp Alpha currently one of the focal areas. As we move a little bit further towards that north side, it is Loxy playing in that position.
Aizawa only works with people with 13. Okay, we're gonna go like that, dude. Then Shigaraki still just wipes everyone. He just disintegrates the entire world.
On the bleed out.
And boom, it's over.
I think they're running for it, giving it the old sprint. Just about tacking that in. Nicely done. Black Esports and R8 clashing in the meantime. 2 players down for Black Esports, and R8 seem to be in control of this. Aussie on the outside now, last to stand and swept aside. R8 with all 4 players alive. Keep things going on the northwest side. That is a huge amount of
Dude, R8 farming.
by removing Black Esports. Yeah, prelims, it's very scary, very spooky, you know, it's very difficult for R8. You come to the finals, you're against some of the best teams in the world, suddenly R8's fine again. I don't know if it's a pressure thing or what, but for R8 just to step into the room and be like, yeah, this makes more sense to us. I know these plays. I've seen these plays before. Nate's coming through, little boy under very much danger.
They were, dude. I started Bleach on episode like 4. It's just the animation's so bad. I just don't like it, dude. It's so like grainy looking, like old. I need to like remaster, dude. Remaster the early episodes.
Stage 4 circle will start to tick, will start to do damage. Mukesh not lined up, does eat 1 round, but not going to be much more than that. And now position's given away. Reject off in the distance. Can third party this potentially if they get an angle over the cliffside? But Diego just keeps ticking down. He doesn't have the meds to play this, but Mukesh falls as Floor launches one forward.
Dude, how are they still not fixing the audio? I'm so confused.
Yeah, right now Influence Rage really struggling. Law last left alive. Yeah, I don't think Reject has any angle to look at this. It's up the hill. So Nepex and Influence Rage currently locked in this one.
Yeah, Sungjin Woo single-handedly solos 99% of animes.
I think for Nepex though, this is probably the smarter move, is just to try and get ahead of the
Yes.
issue. I don't think they have an exact read on Law's position, but the blue will push him in and over the top into those sight lines eventually.
You only have 2 players.
Yeah, the 1000 Year Blood War looks fire as fuck.
With a chance now.
But like, I got a lot of episodes to watch to get there.
Influence to stand up, double spray down. Precious and Rex. Broadside
Bang.
on the rocks. Rex needs the challenge, needs to win it now. Will not be able to save his teammate, but will he get that vengeance back? Rex burns him out from behind the tree. First aid tagged on, and
I would've just went for the ego.
Great shot to close it down. Comes from Camp Alpha and the 721 aggressors.
Yeah, picking that one up. I mean, for 721 aggressors, again, it's always nice to see a
Okay.
team that plays in Camp Alpha.
Doesn't Ben 10 quite literally beat any? What the fuck? Bruh, I just watched him like commit suicide, dude.
Which is a general landing point. So for 721 aggressors, that's their main goal right now, with it being so close to the edge of the circle. Clear that longhouse, make sure no one uses it as a landing point that they can then move into
They
Camp
died.
Alpha with. So I do really like that from the 721 aggressors. They're currently playing this game out pretty damn well. Reject, on the other hand, they've been struggling, you know, down towards that south side. They've been under heavy fire for a long time, but just keeping it nice and calm, calculated,
I guess that's one way to
getting
deny
themselves in.
KP.
Enigma Galaxy, again,
I would say Ralph is a very, very experienced IGL. Yes, he is a little bit risk averse, but I think a lot of times he leads his teams into situations where they do have 4 alive towards those end games, and then sometimes they just get outplayed or outmaneuvered. But I do think that everyone on Nigma Galaxy, it did look like a rough team at the start, but I think they've come into their own now. Now they have a lot more time playing.
Goku one-shots everyone you guys name? Nah, actually he doesn't.
It felt like last year.
Gojo does not come close to one-shotting Ben 10, buddy.
A little bit shaky in the late parts of PMGC, granted, but they were still there and they were still in that conversation, finishing very high up the tables, right? Certainly in with a chance of getting that victory, but couldn't quite go the distance this time. They are looking to try and change that story, and on the west side, they are looking to channel that cohesion that you described of them into this tournament.
Yeah, Nigma Galaxy, the French.
Yeah, isn't Ramiro like top 10 strongest anime characters of all time?
That's true and a fact.
I think they got Snowick's Redox and not
Beats Goku. I'll wait. Ben 10.
I mean,
oh, is Redox? No, Redox isn't. No. But Snowick's and Navarro is.
He's talking to Max, guys. Don't worry. He's talking to Max at a distance there. But we're going to be tuning back in to Camp Alpha. The last player for Red Kaya. Loxy has one. Now he needs to find the next 3. A 1v4. I mean, if I expect it from anyone, it might be from Loxy. A flank out wide. You've got to be worried, and that's what they were looking for there. Spidey swings on to the outside. And that's exactly how you need to play a 1 versus 4, right? Just play that off angle, force him into a corner. Barrel-based fish shooting, it's yours.
Yeah, I think for Loxy, it's a difficult situation.
Yeah, there are some animes where like the characters are just all OP.
As well. I think he could have lived there for a little bit longer.
Dragon
Varanic
Ball.
holding this ridge side that Reject really wants to just play in towards. And again, if the circle stayed up towards Camp Alpha, this might have been a decent spot to play in. They were taking shots over towards Go earlier on, so it's now just Varanic up. But that does draw attention from LGD as well as Aki Cyber.
Yeah.
Never mind, Divan's going a bit crazy.
He's got a little bit of an answer. I thought it was interesting, if you guys were watching before the show, they had a little VT describing how Reject's attitude is shaped towards this tournament.
Have y'all noticed is all the good teams just wiping each other?
Right? They're coming into this tournament, and they have the attitude of, we're not defending, we're trying to...
When's Captain Levy or Gojo? Well, since Captain Levy is just a regular human being. Yeah, let's be real for a second.
Unfortunately, here on Sanok, they haven't been able to do that. Certainly not unscathed. And they will go down here in 7th with 3 elims.
I mean, top 7, 3 elims, not bad start. R8 though, again, they come to finals, it feels like suddenly they're like, oh yes, this is actually the main. We do not need to actually switch it on now. Let's get the backup generators going.
Yeah.
And work this one through. Great position they have on the western side. Good shot up towards Narvalo as well. Ralph is struggling.
No, can't quite get through. LGD are there. So much damage pouring on in from R8 as well. With 8 elims, R8 sit atop the pack in the best position. Or, well, arguably one of the best positions in this next...
No, Levy is quite literally just a regular human being.
And it is quite interesting, right? Because
It's like the whole point of Attack on Titan is that they're all regular human beings.
Are they just going to perform so much better here? Because sometimes when you're used to the quote-unquote perfect plays, you forget how to be a bit of an idiot sometimes.
All right, they even make it to the compound.
Prelims here as Nigma Galaxy go down.
R8's actually farming right now. It's kind of crazy.
They were all sat on the
Starlight gave him an insane prep talk.
Might have opened up an opportunity for 721 aggressors to all crash over towards.
I wonder what a Starlight head talk sounds like.
Oh damn!
Majority of the teams are nasty nade from.
Wait, I would be taking that instantly, dude. I'll be running straight there, getting all that loot.
Blasted apart at the seams there. A double elim coming on through from Mau Mau. The PEL happy with that one. 6 elims already, and we have our 3 final teams.
R8 should win this. They have compound control.
Heroes here in these final circles. Got R8 looking for a little bit of redemption after their performance in the group stage, and LGD going to try and prove PEL once again on the world stage.
Yeah, PEL had a little bit of a fall off, I would have said. But recently, they've been getting a lot better in terms of those international events.
All right, chat.
Or at least adapting to
Name y'all's top 5 animes right now. Top 5.
LGD's actually starting out strong.
Top 5.
Very positive sign. Because usually, I think the running gag was that...
I didn't see if y'all got taste.
The PL team...
I need to see which MSD to watch.
Yeah. So this is really promising. This is very, very promising. I like this from LGD. The 721 aggressors, they don't want to move too much here. They know there's a high possibility that this could move away from that compound, pushing R8 into a more uncomfortable position. There's still another zone to go before we hit zone 9, and it's fairly open ground around R8.
Okay. R8 win, I think. I think it's safe to say they are in the control of this final circle. LGD seem to know that, and they want to dispatch the 721 aggressors. But how do you crest this risk?
Right now, look, no, your top 5 like all time, your favorite.
Okay, bro.
The magazine into thin air. However, Mau gets the nade from
And he gets me.
for LGD, not quite finding it, and Mark backs off the hill. What on earth, Mark? You've got to hit those shots.
That is not great. Not great at all. In the meantime, 721 aggressors have been absolutely obliterated on their side.
Vinland Saga, dude, I feel like Vinland Saga is like good, but it's not that good.
With the help of R8, and Yonic continues to move out, and it will be the end of it there. R8 taking the first chicken dinner.
Okay, alright, I see.
For Pmgo. Really, really good stuff there from R8. Obviously,
Traps, just saying, I got reincarnated as slime. Yeah, get out of here, bud.
The die was cast right at the end, purely off the back of the circle, moving over towards that compound. I think it might have been a different story if the 721 aggressors moved slightly earlier, whilst R8 was occupied with Enigma Galaxy. And it's just one of those things where you don't make that call soon enough, and the game just gets out of hand at that point.
All right, with the boys in the crowd, getting that support. Pretty annoyed about that one for a chicken dinner. I mean, to be fair, Marth had a big win.
Monster, isn't Monster really good? Is that the one where the dude turns the little girl into the dog?
There were 2 players.
Kogias, dude, I need to watch Kogias.
Really moving that quickly. You should be hitting that double spray down 9 times out of 10. That was that 1 out of 10.
He needed that. He was looking pretty upset. But yeah, I think they should be happy with that win. Obviously, bit of a win off the crest. And I think that more than anything, the reason that's so important is purely because those are additional eliminations.
Chat, alright, you guys gotta watch Link Click, okay? I'm telling everyone this, you gotta watch Link Click, it's so gas.
Yes, placement points are good, but you're living
Jack, are you hitting on power sprays?
per match.
You know I am.
That's Full Metal
Man,
Alchemist.
missed the whole...
It's Monster with the show with the blonde dude.
Right, you go in with 79. You missed that by 1 point. Yeah, you have to play again.
I sometimes miss playing PUBG, but
in order to win
that's
via
fast,
that
yeah.
smash rule. So it
then you get on.
This guy, this is
regret.
Yeah,
isn't this guy just
pretty much.
evil as shit? Like the most evil motherfucker you've ever seen in your life?
12 elims, meaning 22 points to kick things off. They're already a quarter of the way to breaking that smash barrier.
Yeah, 25% done. So that is very, very important. Remember though, everybody.
See, Outplace has bangers. Okay, so ReZero,
Gotta wait till day 2.
dude.
Let's head over
What episode am I on of ReZero?
to interview ID7.
I've got Ida from
I'm on season 2, dude. I just couldn't, dude. It just got so boring for me. Like I'm on. When does it get good? Which one of these episodes is a good season 2?
You had this really clinical push from the edge of circle all the way through to the compound. It was like
I saw a fight with this dude. It's one of these episodes probably. But like, he just looked goated as hell. This dude right here. We watched Link Click. Dude, Link Click in my top 3, dude. It's in my top 3.
يعني مبين انه المباراه عم بتساعدكم، الخريطه عم بتساعدكم، الزون عم بتساعدكم، فكيف حاسس شعورك هلا بعد الفوز بالجيم الاول؟
Tokyo Revengers. Dude, I've heard that's ass, but I also heard it's good. Watch Invincible. I've watched Invincible. I need to watch season 2 or 3, whichever one it is. There's a bunny episode. Dude, but I don't like skipping stuff. I like knowing everything about the lore.
So we did a lot of studies, we did a lot of research, and we knew, for example, one, when it came to GOAT, they were going to be focusing on the northern side of the circle, and that the western side was going to be completely open and completely clear. So we trusted our instincts and our decision making. We found the compound, and it was just easy from there.
I can confirm that you were the MVP of that match as well, so congratulations. But
yeah, that's another thing I like. Subaru is just a bitch. Like, he just...
that your
He's just scared of dying like 24/7, dude. Me personally, I would just kill myself over and over until like I got the perfect world that I wanted.
باختصار امبارح حكيت لنا انه ما حتتغير واليوم تغيرت فايش اللي صار بين امبارح واليوم؟
تقريبا
And also like he just never wins a fight or never takes a fight, like.
امره بسيط يعني لكن
So it's kind of like boring.
تنزل معنا
I like watching motherfuckers be OP as shit, dude. Or like at least put up a fight.
فحتى لو فزنا بالفايت هذا راح نموت من الثيرد بارتي.
So it wasn't just about the teams that are going to be dropping with us in our drop spot. It was also about the fact that there's multiple teams surrounding that area as well. So even if we did manage to win the fight at the beginning of the game, it's going to be very difficult for us to escape with multiple teams surrounding us as well.
Well, I mean, let's face it, you made the right decision because you got a chicken dinner to kick off the main event. Congratulations. I'll let you go back to your team. Thank you so much for joining me in this interview. And for now, we're going to continue main event.
Also, watching Subaru and fucking what's her name? What's the elf chick's name that he loves? Some of the scenes with them together are just awkward as shit. I'm just like, dude, this is cringe.
The first win. The split from this team, by the way, once they got into the compound, were insane. Every step of the game, going from, like, of course, the drop location, Melkin and Paradise Resort, the way they're playing edge northwest, and then as you talk about the compound here, that four-man split in the compound, having one player in every single angle, is, I don't think there's a particular name for that, but I call it a collapse comp. And the reason why you have four angles covered, the moment you have a team coming in and interacting with that one player, everyone collapses on that single player to just kind of defend that specific corner of the compound, and off the back of that, they defend it against Enigma Galaxy, get the game-winning position, and get the chicken dinner, especially thanks to Ida, that has been just so clinical yesterday, and now finally in the first day of the main event.
Absolutely, and the other thing I want to point out about R8 is they were one of the only ones, if not the only one, to see that that compound was free. We were talking about it during the game, right? Everybody around them was kind of like, I don't know, man, it must be taken, right? We're not going to go for it. R8 were the only ones to do so, and that won them the game. I wonder if any of the others could have won if they had done the same.
Unfortunately,
Haiku is better than Blue Lock?
True.
Well, the anime is definitely better than Blue Lock anime. But if we're talking about manga, Blue Lock curb stomps Haiku.
Setting up a great scouting position, and that possibly could have ended up.
Yeah, just Evangelions White Girl Bond is so good. It was one of the first animes I ever watched.
Really bad for Enigma Galaxy, honestly, though, because they did such a great job. I loved how they played this game 100%, right? They were careful, they were safe, they played it quietly, but they weren't frightened, they weren't hesitant, nothing like that. They were just playing it very smartly. You had a quick rotation, you had them scouting and moving. There was that mobility that I love to see up along the western side of the coastline, and they were looking for that high ground. Unfortunately, like you said, Seven, the zone just completely messed them up, and I don't blame that for them at all.
Would have been one of those situations where you would have wanted them to.
Chat, does anyone else think Danadan is mid as fuck?
Ultimately, they ended making that push.
Wait, somebody had to say. Somebody had to fucking say
I
it.
really don't. It's so difficult to figure out what to do.
Me when I don't know what the fuck you're talking about because
okay.
I'm not, you know.
Anime.
Yeah, I think that they're a little bit scared also of the option that if they do crash onto.
But you don't watch anime?
Yeah.
I do. I just don't watch them.
I know DRS Killer, yes.
Hell no. Who the fuck is that?
Oh, okay.
My fault, bro.
Chuck just got me like hooked on some animes now.
Just cannot win, and unfortunately for Enigma Galaxy, with the position R8 had, I think this is one of the games where the top three is as far as you can realistically.
It's not mid? Yeah, you're right. It's fucking ass.
But you know what? They still gave themselves at least
Oh,
some
right.
points. No eliminations though. I hope to see some going into the next game.
F this anime shit. Who's your favorite corn star? All right. This guy's just horny, bro. Like,
This guy just.
dude, this guy's just looking for. This guy's just looking for recommendations for later tonight, dude. Hey, Lana Rhodes though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bella Danger.
Oh, she Goat also, dude.
Jesse Monroe.
Who the fuck? This guy's got D. This guy's got D bags, dude. This guy's a real gooner.
That mentality going there. But, they were good. They went.
Dude, you can tell someone's a real gooner by who their favorite corn star is, bro. Like, if you got some random ass motherfucker no one's ever heard of, you need to be executed.
Talking about rough starts.
Hurley Dean, yeah, you need to be executed.
I talk about that? I don't want to talk about that. Max, I talk about Max. No versus Nocturne you have permission to talk about
Holy shit, that's 7? I have not seen that bad at all.
Just had way better positioning and synergy. It was as
clean as it could be in that exact situation. We were talking about the angles in particular. That Torres of Nongshim Red Force in the building and kind of clearing the door frame. One play pushes. Even if a play gets knocked, you have a play to back it up and then go for the reverse knock. So Nongshim just completely outplayed 4MV in that particular engagement.
Well, we got the first.
And that's not over there. I'm telling you, it's so bad.
As I said earlier, they decided to put that ego to the side. We usually
No
don't
dog
see it
water.
that much. And I got to talk about it again because we got to reward situations like that. We are going to be going into anger, and as we're talking about.
Yeah, y'all gotta watch Samurai Champloo. Such a good anime.
Possible hot drops.
There was one that might be happening, which was going to be Nigma Galaxy versus Deek Xavier in Pachinki. Though I have heard Deek Xavier has changed their drop location, maybe towards like a school or area or in that kind of direction. So if that's free, Nigma Galaxy are really, really looking good because
Ron Jeremy, that dude.
It's a really big advantage.
Who's the Growcaster? I don't know. Nix. Neptura. I think.
World of Wonder map and enter map ID. That's going to be showing.
You want Dan to Dan at your 4?
Yourself in the full panoramic.
Yo, we gotta get you some more animes, dude. Number 5 is valid as fuck, though.
Start your virtual venue tour now. Imagine if there was like little models of us right there. That'd be actually kind of cool.
That would be so adorable. I would love that. Can somebody make that? And
I will be
give
so
me the
short,
code,
but
please?
nonetheless,
It would be 1 pixel high.
1 pixel. Well, that's
I'll take it. That's
height,
fine.
so, like,
At least make it 7 pixels.
Yeah, make it 7 pixels.
It's still not a lot. It's still not a lot, so that works.
I want to see how 4MV is going to be able to bounce back out of this one because, as Blank and John were saying,
Chat, what y'all know about Parasite, though? That was such a good anime.
But it's still just so much more fun to watch.
I just love it every time. Whoever's watching the game, if Doc has a nade in hand, you're like, oh. And he puts it back like, oh, again. Actually, talking about nades, I was really impressed with Mao Mao. His nade was so impactful in this fight, especially when they were pushing on one of the central teams.
Demon Slayer was so good too. So when I'm ranking my animes of all time, right? Like you gotta have a good storyline and good animation, or at least decent animation. You can't have like shit storyline and good animation, or shit story or shit animation but good storyline. You know, it's gotta have like both. And Demon Slayer just is not that. It's just got shit storyline.
He's noted for his excellent nades, and so when you
put
that together with
Solo Leveling's got a shit storyline too.
Other great nades that we've seen from the prelims and the Uzbekistan finals, it could be quite interesting for the
I gotta show you a real anime.
I think the beginning Solo Leveling had a pretty good storyline.
No, the beginning is just him getting stronger. There's no like story to it. It's him going in dungeons, fighting a boss that's slightly stronger every single time, and then winning.
I think it's too early. Yeah, it's too early for us to call that one.
To get a little farther, a little bouncier, you know. Maybe Sanok is just too.
So I feel like he's about to get his ass kicked. Season 3.
Positive point I want to make about one of the Uzbekistan teams here. I want to talk about
Does he know?
Their scouting on northwestern Island Mountain was actually on point. They saw the big flow of teams coming from the southern side. Understood. Okay, that's a fight with those 5-6 teams. We don't realistically.
Compared to the match, which was boring at 15 and 21. And watch, dude. ReZero season 1 was boring me, dude. Like it was, dude. It took him like 3 straight hours of me watching for him to like finally get to the mansion and talk to someone. There's a whole bunch of nothing going on.
That's going to be the main one, right, for this team. Can they continue on with those early fights, move on?
I think the thing about ReZero that bores me is I see the same thing like multiple times. Because he like dies and just goes back and does it again.
The desk for that breakdown of the last match, but we're going over to the grassy pastures now. We will wrench it back into our control, and we will guide you through the first match on Erangel. Day 1 continues here. Match number 2, Novo up to shooting range on the plane.
Interesting approaches going to be happening on this map, indeed, over an Erangel. We'll see where everyone drops.
Chat, let me show y'all the greatest anime ever, okay?
And the qualifiers. I think Max brings up a great point about Deek Xavier as well as Nigma Galaxy.
Chat. Hold on.
Actually, that has been a massive.
Yeah, let me show y'all top 5 animes of all time.
Unwilling to give it up. Now, I would say.
Witness greatness, chat. Witness greatness, chat. Look at this animation. You can't tell me this isn't the greatest animation you've ever seen in your life. Peak animation. Do you see how smooth it is? So bad, dude. It's so bad. Why did they do that to my anime?
Yeah, Deek Xavier definitely breaking out to the northeast side there. You can see Nigma Galaxy heading to Pachinki. I've also seen Reject with a 3-1 split. You can see Duello on the northern side of that military island, whilst the rest of his team play on the south. Cyber quite close to the 721 aggressors on their breakout west. Could be fighting over a few vehicles.
So leveling Manwa better than MA? Yeah, dude. So leveling Manwa is just like, I don't know, he just has way more aura. And he also, like, the scenes are also different in the TV show. There's, like, less funny scenes than they have in the Manwa. It's like he has, like, no emotion in the Manwa.
Pretty typical play there from Duello as well as Rejects, waiting for the circle to pop. At least they have an outpost over towards Lighthouse on that western side and can play that one through. And 3 vehicle spawns down towards that north side of Sosnovka. Really easy way to get your game going.
My Hero Academia, low-key in my top 5.
On a long parachute drop as well, scouting as much as possible from the air.
Hellion managing to snaffle a vehicle away from underneath LGD's nose and bring it back over towards the sunken city, towards those ruins. I don't think LGD are looking to hunt super hard, but instead going to divert up towards that Everest position, maybe move over, get some loot on the west
You should do No Big Cry. No, I haven't watched it yet.
Spot, and they do not have the loot to be going on, so they'll have to figure out where they want to go.
Yeah, for LGD, weird one right now, because understanding where they want to play next is a bit odd. I think they should know from watching the prelims that GOAT likes to play Gatka. Playing south side of Everest is not amazing. They could head all the way down towards Primos if they wanted, but you'd expect them to have moved much earlier, so now Hospital's potentially an option. Yeah, right now, very, very strange. Regiosio.
Oh, that guy's about to get ratted. You don't even realize it.
Why don't he just wait?
Luckily, the spray down from the micro Uzi doesn't fully connect there. And the double barrel doesn't quite have the quick swap to find Reiji on the way out, but maybe Force can find
Who's better, SSG or C9?
C9. But loses momentum and allows Reiji out
Dude,
there.
outplays.
He is not him.
Look.
I don't know what this guy's doing.
It took me over a year to watch My Hero because of how boring some of the seasons were, okay? But seasons like 6 to 8,
making the move
peak.
later on is a far better idea for them, but at least they get some scouting done. They know there should be a team on their north.
Also, like, season 1 was boring as fuck for me, too. Like, the only good part was, like, when they fought at, like, the school festival thing. Other than that, I was just bored out of my mind.
No cars, Kim. Come on,
Very
PUBG.
central on the circle here, so teams like Nigma, Galaxy, and Pachinki, which is an awesome
Casino.
starting point for any team who wants to move exactly where they'd like to go. Also, DX Xavier over towards Apartments, and Regnum Kaya actually in Rozok on their north side. Regnum Kaya, I was a little bit disappointed with that last game. They didn't go through, but it wasn't disappointed with the engagement that they took. That was not an easy fight. 2 very experienced teams going up against one another. There were mind games upon mind games, and clean shots traded either way. Loxy does win it out in the end, but leaves him as a solo. I think that he plays Camp Out.
Hey, this is part of my compound.
In which case the
You skip the filler episodes? Chat, filler episodes is lore. They're filled with lore. I have to watch every filler episode.
Just look at the draw, really, on the circle pop.
So does every team runs shotguns now?
Yes.
Loxy, I think they might have just been able to hold that as well. So,
How'd you get paid by Run to Esports? A couple thousand.
Things get messy. 4MV on the south.
If you're not running Shoddy, you're just gonna get dumpstered by one. So.
On the road. You see plenty of ammo for Reach.
Unless they're just terrible. I miss, yeah.
4MV. Opting for a Mini 14 player as well in top.
Better than not risk.
He's not using one. Oh my god.
He has no shoddy. Yep, he's definitely gonna die.
He has DMR. That's some king shit right there.
For Upgrade, they have some real fan presence here, honestly, which is very nice to see. They were fantastic over towards the prelims, but now you're on the big stage, the main event, and it's a question of how that affects you, because a lot of the teams in the prelims were, I wouldn't call them amateur teams, but definitely not experienced in these international waters, right, where you're playing against some of the best squads in the world.
That would be amateur, dog.
Them into the flames a little bit. So it might take a couple of games for Upgrade to really find their footing here. But they certainly were playing like some of these top squads.
NA Hall of Fame, Cloud9, PK, Tip of Storm, Wildcard. Dude, do we really have Wildcard up there?
Coming through to today. DX Xavier.
Like, what did Wildcard ever do, bro?
I thought that's a charity pick.
That's like, you just threw that in there for fun, dude. We could have left them out and no one would have, you know, missed them.
Is really damn good.
Yeah.
They've had some strange iterations in the past, but I think right now it's very clear that DX Xavier is one of the best teams in the world, 100%.
Rematch.
Wait.
Player has to hop into the vehicle.
No.
Oh, it's nasty.
Oh my fucking god, dude.
So
What
we
the fuck
have
are we doing?
AIDS in our brain.
And they will not have the
Oh my fucking god, let's block ourselves and our 4 or 3 other people to shoot this guy, dude.
This
Oh
guy's
my
sold.
god, dude.
He's getting dropped.
This guy
Just
had
off of
got
that.
this guy won Worlds with S2G and then got second, and this best PMGC does that? Yeah.
That's
Like,
insane. Dude's right in front of him. Let me just stop and block all the entrances.
dude, that should just give me like a lot of AIDS.
Xset, we
My
got
penis is falling
Xset
off.
4. By the way, name one thing Xset did.
Hey, they had Joey and Juicy.
We just like
Dude,
throwing,
about the charity
throwing
picks
names
today.
out there, dude. Like, realistically,
generous today.
realistically, you can only have like 3 all time, which is Cloud9, PK, maybe Tempo. They only had 1 tournament where they did anything, and then Nova NA.
They're talking about new PK.
We're talking about like
Obviously, the new PK, dude, like, you know. The old PK was fucking buns.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Fuck that PK roster. You know, whoever was on it. You know, I don't know who's on it, but you know, fuck
I don't
it.
know whoever that was.
Yeah, whoever was your PK, I fucking had him.
Oh, I thought he was whiffing.
Oh, he hit all of his shots and then he started whiffing.
We just like, we just don't have ammo, dude. We're just shooting nothing. Just click, click, click.
Click, click, click. Dude, Tintin did that a couple days ago in Titans, bro. Dude, put up a, you should click, 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 click. I'm like, alright. Okay. Oh, shit.
The only really teams that haven't moved all that much is probably 721 Aggressors.
That should show you how many people rely on the auto reload.
Contact with 4MV fairly soon now.
People probably just aren't used to it because they play classics all day and then they'll play comp and it's like, oh wait, I actually gotta reload my gun.
Bro, they don't even play classics.
Ultimate Royale!
Some Cheer Park Warriors.
Cheer Park.
Off angles being established. Yonik getting a little bit bold with this one actually to go out to the north side.
Dude, do you remember when people used to hang out in the cheer park all the time? Like, holy cringe. Like,
one of the strongest teams in the lobby.
No, I don't remember that.
Dude, I remember that shit, dude. I would see people on our friends list just always in the cheer park for a long ass. I'm like, dude, what are you doing in there? And my homie,
how many times I've been in the Cheer Park in the past 5 years.
and my homie's like a pub player, right? And he's in like the shitter community with all like the people who don't play comp. He's like, come play Cheer Park 1v1s with us. I'm like, what the fuck is a Cheer Park 1v1? And he invited me. And there's like 20 people in the Cheer Park just running around doing shit. And I'm just 1v1ing. I didn't lose a single 1v1 because none of them are actual good players. I was just, dude, I felt so goated, bro. I was like, dude, invite me here more often.
Sucks as a Cheer Park Warrior.
3 a.m. Cheer Park was nuts. See, my chat knows, dude.
Team who's looking for big success here in this main event with 22.
Why are we just hitting on Cheer Park? And now you're like, yeah, my chat, real as fuck, they love Cheer Park.
No, I'm saying like, dude, my chat remembers it.
No, dude, open your mouth, dude.
Okay, okay, what? Dude. Weirdo. Full of racist people, dude. That's where Wancho belongs.
What?
Is that right, Wancho? Racist.
No. I don't know. What the hell?
I'm gonna start sending out Cheer Park 1v1 invitations.
Hey, yeah, man. 1v1 me Cheer Park.
Playing on the inside and 4MV regrouping to
You ain't better than me in Cheer Park.
Black Esports going to divert around.
Real question though, is the map any good? Where you 1v1?
It actually was decent. I think it was better than the regular 1v1 map. Like the
warehouse?
Warehouse, yeah. Because that was before you had like the custom wild rooms shit. Like no one was ever going to be playing those.
Wild rooms are so over the place for like connection.
So yeah, it's pretty cramped in, and in, like I said, barren fields.
Pretty cramped in.
LGD rolling up the hill towards Duello. Lings leading the charge.
Let's get the fuck out of our car and shoot this guy.
Nah.
Man.
We're just going full sim, baby.
Oh my fucking god, dude. Are we fucking dog shit at the video game? We're not in China! Stop ADSing the shotgun! Brother!
Mechanics don't work the same over here.
Bro, that's what I'm telling you, bro. They just don't play this game at all. Never seen Divine loses.
Launches it, worried about that push, and I think they're just going to disengage from this blank.
Pulling back. He needs to get a tag on with this nade, right, to find...
Dude, when are they going to add spectators for WoW rooms?
In that moment, LGD's already got themselves a res there.
Never.
And they are quickly getting
The
themselves back
nether.
up to full force, which is very, very good news for LGD. That initial rundown from Mau Mau into open straights.
Dear. Little kerfuffle there. Apollo.
Who's that fraud speaking? It could be Juancho, Serums, Jagger, one of those.
Could potentially be trying to third party this. That is how we were seeing them play repeatedly, blank.
Juancho,
For these third parties, but LGD are regrouped. They have
Friday.
been able to find their feet again in this situation. Nades over the top, Molotov there, nades in hand for almost everybody in this scrap. You can see LGD establishing the line. Lings spotted. Backed off the angle, needs to get a little bit of healing done, and Black Esports not yet to find the full opening.
It could have been pretty huge there. But a very good disengage from LGD. Drop the Molotovs, drop the smokes down. Set themselves up.
Alright, we just did a bunch of nothing.
This is what they do, right? They come in, they try and find themselves a third party, and I think it
Japan might be asked again, guys. Maybe PMG last year was a fleet. Wow. Oh, wait, really?
The hay bale.
Dude, he's hitting everything.
RC getting wiped by Ghost, dude? Like, I know who my Ghosts are.
Pick up the point over towards Ragey and Divine now. Wants the challenge as well, but it'll be good for Narvalo.
Oh.
Needs to hold it
Did he just push and take a one? Yo, this is some like,
it.
this is some X-Force type shit, dude. Like, I be getting on them whenever they do that.
Redox doesn't win these, right?
You shouldn't get on them, dude. That's their ego, dude.
I'm suppressing their ego, dude. That shit, their ego's getting fucking devoured every time. Like, dude. They're about to get locked off, dude.
He's doing all this healing just to get one shot by a shotgun. Watch.
Like, what is the split we're doing? GX.
Hey, won Worlds, by the way.
They're not winning Worlds. They were close, not gonna lie, but
dude,
I
they
mean,
were third.
definitely not with their splits.
Dude, a Middle East team getting third in Worlds, that's practically winning Worlds.
Redox packing, and this guy knows.
2-2 split that they're holding is really wide.
What?
Right now. Sit right in the middle of it, so no choice.
What, dude?
Assist.
What did you say, 6? Fucking.
I wouldn't be necessarily.
Why don't think you'll love it? Yeah.
Cyber decided to try and push into this, but 2 solos. Is it
Dude, chat, I found a basketball Manhwa. That's literally just blue lock.
Maybe not, but you would
Boo.
do the same.
Copy that, motherfuckers.
Pachinki is getting a little bit more focus as the circle closes and closes. The next zone
Pachinki.
will fall, but it is out to the northwest side. This is good for GOAT quality, and the team's out that northwest edge. That's Black Esports, that's Hellion.
Yeah, very rush.
Wait, GOAT kind of chilling. R8 chilling, dude. Wait, R8? This is just their tournament, dude. Wait, R8 are so locked right now.
Wait, is Starlight the GOAT coach?
Dude, Starlight might be the greatest coach I've ever seen in my life. Dude.
Game 12, they're gonna have 200 points. Second place gonna have 120, and the second place team's gonna win with the smash rule.
Wow, the Galaxy really did.
The fraud wants you to shut the fuck up and kill. What? Dude, that's mean, dude.
Oh man, what the hell, man? What
Dude.
is
Starlight found us calling.
Tell him he's trashing more rivals too? Oh my god, dude, that's so mean.
That's violent, man.
Dude, why would you say that, dude? That's, chat, don't be mean to him like that. Tell him he gets carried
What
by
a
Coop,
bot.
Dorn, and fucking Baton, dude. Like, dude, what the hell?
Hey man, I'm starting to believe there's nobody saying that, man.
Dude, chat, it's right there, dude. They deleted their message though, so you can't see it anymore.
I swear to God. I was such a good friend, I deleted them.
Yeah, like I just had to like defend you, dude, so I just blocked him, you know, banned him.
Oh, nice, dude.
I'll never say something like that again. Oh, someone just typed Honcha's 411, dude. What the hell, man? That's me, dude.
What? Hey, who the fuck said that, man?
AGX is basically the YouTube. I mean, yeah. High key if you think about it.
Why I oughta.
Wait, did
Dogs on the
R8?
Augs? I
Wait,
think their AUG is a pretty good
was
gun.
R8 not at church? I swear they're at church, right?
Very much liking
I don't fucking know, dude. Do I look like fucking RA players?
No, but we were literally just talking about them. Chat, wasn't RA at church and they left it?
I don't know, bro. I just saw him inside town. I'm like, oh, shit, I.
Owen's got a mean-ass mustache.
Benny goes very, very low, not down just yet. The vehicle's already out, but there's the spray that they were looking for. Lings links up with the sight lines he needs, and the flush goes through as well. Did that go to Reefus? I think 4MV may have been able to spray that one down. No, it was going to be an LGD point there. Nade over the top towards Doc from Nongshin Red Force. A second one as well. That's from Reefus up the top of the hill. 4MV, LGD trading.
Bunch of Los Tortas? Dude, I'm telling you, he loves them.
It is just Reefus, by the way, on this Western split, extracting value out of this third party as much as possible. But LGD, yeah, already a really good start to the main event for them. I think you're fairly pleased with them at the moment if you're a PEL fan. Again, the PEL team's always very slow to start here, but right now they have come in swinging. Look at this regroup from 4MV. They know this fight is about to pop off and it's drying up in terms of Nongshin Red Force. There's only one player left, so now's the opportunity to try and challenge LGD whilst they're already on an.
Does Juancho love salads? Dude, he loves salads.
Up to try and suppress that rotation.
What a love, boy.
Salad.
So now it's a 4v3 as 4MV have placed.
I love Alec.
Salad.
Is still at the backlines, but remember he's got that mini 14.
Yeah, he's never heard of that word before.
I love what, man?
Salads.
Oh, Sal. My fault.
Bro's never
I've never been in delegation, man. I just couldn't hear him, man. I swear to God.
He likes taco salad.
Yeah.
He knows what that is.
Dude. Bro, what do you guys say? What? I couldn't see myself.
What four languages is this man speaking?
Dude. Salad. What's that?
Salad.
A salad?
Hey, bro, I put ranch on my pizza, bro. That comes with salad. Oh, that's a good name.
Is it gonna explode? Like, where the fuck did it go?
Right.
What just happened to it? It was a defective nade or something, apparently.
I mean, the fucking script is from 4MV's favor, dude. Like,
yeah. Actually, match fixing.
Yeah, for Reefus, a lot of times the polar is overshadowed by Doc as well as Yol.
Yeah, there's so many people that are like, oh, I eat salads, I'm healthy, why am I not losing weight? Well, because you put 17,000 pounds of fucking sauce on it, dude. It makes the salad like 800 calories.
They have more bacon bits and croutons than actual salad.
Yeah, and I love some bacon bits.
shit, bro.
Dude, I love some good croutons, like good ones.
But that makes the best salads, though. You have so many toppings and condiments on it.
Playing church at this point in time, getting a little bit of high ground control going for you. Redox
truly the wrong thing to
towards
do.
Wizard Tower could be a bit of a dangerous push.
It'll buff.
It'll buff.
Wait, Goat is actually chilling, dude.
Oh, I'll hit the treadmill.
But you can't tell me that's not a good salad. You know what I mean? If it's just like, you know, not a lot of sauce, not a lot of cheese, croutons, bacon bits.
No, I don't like cheese in my salad. I like
Oh,
onions, bell
I got
peppers,
some cheese.
banana peppers, jalapenos, like stuff like that.
Which I think the Mexican culture did it right, bro. You just throw some meat in there and eat it with chips. Yeah, you can't beat that.
Meanwhile, over in Pachinki, teams are close by, neighbors at war with one another.
That's how you make a proper salad.
Piece of it. LGD, they tried to get away from this fight.
Oh, that guy just got pumped in the back as he was running away. Jesus. This Digon Esports. Wait, Digon?
AKP's 14th place?
We're rooting for it.
Kind of crack.
We're rooting for 4MV, but they're currently in 11th.
We're rooting for INF, dude.
Yeah, and INF because they're Americas. Who's NA? No one. No one.
No.
Not you.
You're a day late.
Fruit and salad specs, dude. So I don't like fruit and salad because I feel like it throws the flavor off. Like it's like.
Who the hell eats fruit on their salad? Like what kind of fruit?
Yeah, I just put my you know, just finish my LCK day. Wait, LCK like the league was. I think I saw something. It was like T1 playing against someone. I watched like a minute of it, but then I went live. We sucked after. Dude, we've been sucking forever, dude. We got Koos back in the region though, so like maybe he locks in and does something for NA.
Yeah, because I mean his team is finally gonna be able to do something.
Watermelon and South, dude. Nah.
Septimus, though,
Fruit
immediately
salad.
He has somebody that speaks the same language as him.
and they will have no more.
Finally.
It's so frustrating.
Pottery?
Got 10 seconds.
So thirsty for third parties. It's unreal.
All right.
I get major FOMO on these fights.
Sir, are you some sort of racist?
That's the way you want to play
James,
things out. That's
we're
the
gonna
way
have
you
to cancel you.
No.
Dabble.
It's not a terrible maneuver.
Dabble. Arm.
Actually, it depends on how. It depends who it is, for real, dude.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
right.
that's
I'm just
literally the
playing.
definition of racism, bro. Like, that's like literally what racism is, brother. If you're only racist
So
to
just
certain
say
people,
yes,
dude,
dude.
like they're not making it any better. Yeah, I'm only racist to certain. Well, yeah, no shit, bless.
No. I hate everybody equally.
Oh, yeah. Sure, man, sure.
Foreign bees fucking buns. That's it, dude. Stretch them out, put in exports.
Yeah, where's experts at when you need them?
That wasn't a third party. They actually engaged that fight.
Yeah, well, they made it hard for 4MB. Let's be frank, right? Anytime 4MB tried to do anything, Black East was sort of like, hi guys.
You guys rotating?
Any room? Any room for?
You guys, can I come?
Can we come along?
Yeah. Oh, we go to Pachinki? Oh, yeah, we're coming.
Yeah. Absolutely third wheel of a team. They're
Big time.
So a little bit awkward, but they do take the fight to 4MB. It took a little bit more than I expected it to, but again, it is 4MB, so.
She was so funny, I got a bloody nose.
Black Esports for losing a couple players.
What the fuck?
All right, I don't think I've ever heard that one before. Dude
I
found
think
that shit
I heard
real
that one
funny,
either.
bro. That shit was extra funny, apparently.
Bro, smoky glitch. No, like it wasn't that funny.
No, okay, Symphony was there, but they were able to get those knocks.
Where's the land at this year? Uzbekistan.
The fact that all 4 of Black Esports survived that is kind of nuts, though.
I should be on PUBG practicing, dude. I need to make World Finals, but it's in Thailand, and you know what's in Thailand.
Still, anyway.
Yeah.
Sword fighting.
Bro, that's something y'all need to tell me. I got real excited about that.
I mean, what? Ladyboys? What even is that, bro? We just won the third so fucking bad, don't we?
God damn, bro, he needed that.
Oh my.
Man, he didn't even get it.
Didn't even get it. Yo, R8 are just on some crack right now, dude. What?
Oh,
Starlight found their calling.
Star just, got the hookup from A7, dude. That, got the perk 30.
I pulled up on. I
Perk
pulled
30.
up.
Perk 30.
If R8 kills INF, I mean, they're actually like, just give them the trophy.
Like, maybe R8 are just the greatest.
No.
Okay.
What was he doing?
Yeah, it's unexpected.
He just ran straight at them, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
That is
He go child mid, bro. Right at the 4 shotgun. That's a dude.
We just tanked half the damage for no reason. We knew he was nading.
Swinger gets swung world.
Amen.
Bullets.
What is going on right now, Cook? Jump back out, Partey. Jump back out. Oh, my lord.
Oh, Cook.
Oh,
Cook.
Okay.
Cook's right there. Diego, 6
like
APs. Yeah, he's locked.
Diego might have cooked a tad bit.
Crazy clutch there from him.
Let's all chow the same window at the same time. Are you ready?
Yeah, hell yeah, that's the meta right there.
But I mean, if only they did it at the same time. They did it. Okay, I go. Now you go.
But the amount of hate that was coming out of that window, and they all just had to go one at a time.
First one was little to no information.
Bro thinks he's LeBron.
LeBron James. Oh, okay.
LeBron.
Horribly.
Ramon James.
They have a great chance now, actually.
Injakes win? Who we out?
Do. I mean, they have 5 elims right now.
No.
Yep,
They win.
What's
Nah.
We'll see if DXA
what time to kill is faster? The M4 they AUG.
Whoever lands the most shots.
Yeah.
Alright, smartass.
It's in only 2 days, right?
Pretty sure it's the AUG because it shoots faster.
Well, it depends how much distance between you,
Oh my
because
God,
the
bro.
bullet, the bullet damage drops off.
Pretty sure the AUG still does more.
Wait, there's no
I
way.
don't think the AUG drops off that hard.
I think it does. I think it's marshmallow.
No, he's up as well. Gets the heal. Auto shotty for 1. Bernati
It's just a
Into
theory.
the smoke, looks for the heel, and Symphony the last to stand across the
Actually, I don't think.
no matter what happens.
I
We
would
know
still
you
go
don't
with him
think,
for.
I kind of would. I want to try.
No, you're so ab, dude. You're so ab.
If that guy just uses it before he kills him, by the way.
If only he stood at the rock instead of just proning there like a monkey.
To play into 2 now instead of 4 across the field.
I mean,
All right.
Sports had all the time in the world to deal with that one. For DX
No
Xavier, though,
comment.
what I will say
Oh.
is that was a very
There's no way I did not see that. There's no way I did not see that shit bounce from the other side, hit him in the fucking back of his neck.
That was kind of crazy.
No.
Drive!
Yeah, he's cooked.
Drive!
He's
Wait,
cooked.
it actually worked. It actually worked.
How come it works for him and Baby Team?
Well, because Baby Team fucking
wait.
sucks.
Maybe it's like it's fucking dog shit, maybe.
Oh! Yo!
Oh my god.
Ralph might be just the goat nader.
Will go down, sure, but there's a res possible across
He might just be the new Alucard go to that jail coming to
Guys,
save
look
everything.
across the field. They're in the open.
all over Black Esports as everybody in Pachinki
Wait, Raul?
under each other's
5?
What the
Five?
all the teams
Yo, Koops was bringing this man down. Like,
Coops, dude, you were the problem, dude. Chill, bro. I'm gonna get dropped. Please.
sit chill, I'm gonna get dropped.
It was just a little joke. We're allowed to joke from time to time, right? Like,
The next day, free agent.
man. Nah, not yet, because there's nobody that can replace me in Titan Series yet. Nah, after Titan Series, maybe.
We'll pick you up, bud.
for Enigma Galaxy.
Goopy Bear, please. You don't want to do this.
That loot crate they can play off the back of the container as well.
Dude, if you get fucked over on another team, it would be the funniest shit ever, dude. So every team you go to just fucks you over.
And they're like, I don't just get fucked over for fun, dude.
It is that container. And maybe a little bit of terrain slope if you can find it. There's a couple of spots behind these pathways, but they're nadeable.
Saying earlier, they really like DXAV's play where instead of looking over towards church, they would look.
What are they chanting, dude? What the hell, dude?
Take shots to them because they knew that they'd be the big issue.
I have no clue.
See right now, Enigma Galaxy, some players are struggling on util.
Bro, I like how they want to make this Smash Rule a new thing, but 80 points in 2 days, and then, you know, just end the tourney after 12 games, like 100%. Like, dude, they're just not gonna win by Smash Rule, dude.
That's just never gonna. That's never gonna happen.
There's just so much exposure. The circle closes central here, Blank, and at the moment, GOAT quality are further from the edge, which means that Enigma Galaxy will have to move first. You can see the circle pushing in now. Smoke starting to be thrown out, and actually from GOAT quality will be the ones to do so. Ralph can use that to crawl forward.
Are they making a penis?
As much as it is GOAT quality.
Of course you're thinking about penis.
The decision to pop smokes here.
Right?
Like, dude, what are these?
There's no way you saw that. Thought peek.
Dude, like, they got 2 balls, and then they made the chode.
Oh, you can
DX
make
has
that
a
correlation,
P90.
bro.
Automatic win. Automatic win. P90. Automatic win.
It's in Redox's hands, though. How do we feel about that?
Redox has the P90, dude. It's over.
As soon as they know you're there, and there's no real way that you can stop that from happening. So playing out the open can sometimes be a little bit more beneficial. You can see SnowX now starting to.
You know what? His name got a 13. 13 inches.
Oh, okay.
One of them said
May not be, you know, factual.
Wasted all the nades, so never mind.
I don't get this because
They're down the fishbowl. Did you eat one back?
Just save their nades. Save their nades.
We're
too,
just
don't
not
save.
getting any. Oh, that
There
was
we
a
go.
good nade. Wait, Raouf, like, you just to go or what, dude?
What the fuck happened? What the? What the
Whoa,
hell?
where did that
What?
Bro, threw that shit with some spin on it, dude. Like, fuck.
Right? He went some backspin on that shit.
With Redox on the P90, benefiting from that great push forwards, and now Panatti
P90 equals win. P90 equals win. Is what I'm saying.
Raouf, you're like 6, 7 KPs?
Dude, look at Ralph. Just straight orf that man, dude. You don't understand. He doesn't have his
Send me a
glasses
kiss.
on, right? Oh, no, he does.
There's a little pillow. Little competitive pillow.
I was very, very impressed with them that game. Enigma Galaxy's nades over towards the storm drains were, to be honest,
The new men of commentary make shit up. Facts.
But I do think I preferred the way DXavier played Pachinki over towards Nigma Galaxy. They just had that inherent advantage being on the western side there, that they could slowly push out. We'll say playing Wizard Tower for Redox was a real boon for the team. Later on, having a lot of information and being able to wrap out and being able to hold out on those teams that play Church.
Hey?
Yeah, it's really slow late game. But that is a second time in a row that they've got themselves into, I believe it was a top 3 or a top 5, and with this one taking the chicken dinner. So it is a successful start for Nigma Galaxy here.
Dude, Nigma might win, dude. They're just the ghosts.
Coming across the open ground to leave.
What are
If
the
they hadn't gotten that
goats?
knock, if they hadn't been facing 3 players from DXavier,
6 KPs for the go IGL.
the rollout would have been pretty impossible, it's safe to say. So that nade play was impeccably timed. You can see
1K damage from him, like
limbs. IGLing from the front flank. He's going headlong into this fight.
Yeah,
More damage than all 3 of his teammates combined. Like,
I just know who my goat is, bruh.
Biggest improvements from a player that was an IGL, and that's really all anyone knew him for, that he was the guy at the back of the team that was pushing them forward, telling them where they needed to go, and I think he realized that he just couldn't be that guy anymore. He needed to step up.
Good to see you, T. Catch up. Hey. Have a good day, Dion. Go to the back of your head. Okay. KFC. We've already been over this yesterday, dude.
Talking to Ralph.
Welcome back to the main stage. I've got Ralph here joining me from Nigma Galaxy, an impressive match. I've got a couple of questions I want to ask you. You know, throughout that game, you had Redox positioned across the road. Was it just to get a better angle or to just gather information for you? What was the method behind it?
Who the fuck is Manu?
For Redox being on the sniper tower across the road, it was more of
Manu?
an angle in case
Manu.
he crashed, so he can shoot people from outside. So that was the play.
What makes you
Okay,
ask
so
that?
when the circle then pulls
sounds
out of
familiar.
the city, and so basically
Alright.
drags you
Supposedly
all
a
out,
NA
what's the
player.
approach there? Because you have so many potential threats everywhere. How do you approach getting yourself
Never
out of
mind.
the city and into a better
I was
position?
thinking of the analyst.
I mean, we were on the edge of the city, so we had a bit of an advantage.
I had an
We just
analyst
need,
named Manu.
to make sure to play it a bit slow and not play too aggressive, and just wait for everybody to come in and we eliminate them.
You gathered a lot of information. It was really impressive there at the end. Now, I think that obviously you've been seeing a lot of people competing here on the main stage over the last few days. You've been gathering information. Like, how has that set you up for now being here and competing on the main stage? Do you feel like you're prepared? Do you feel like you're ready?
I mean, it was good watching other teams, but it didn't really matter for us. We just prepared our own gameplay, and we're gonna stick to it, and hopefully it works.
Well, hopefully, I think it is working, Ralph. Congratulations. And by the way, you're
You don't know
the
Manu
MVP
than
of that match
Stormer?
as well, so congratulations once again.
Who the fuck is Stormer?
Congratulations, Nigma Galaxy, and for now,
Or Rado Boy? Who the fuck is Rado Boy? Dude, I don't know any of these people.
Rado Boy might go.
Rado Boy?
A player that has been performing better and
He was from Deathlows, right?
time. Raouf being
Yeah.
able to bring it there with
Yeah,
six
yeah,
I think
eliminations.
I think Federer replaced him.
No, he's still in there.
Across the street.
I know, but as a starter, it's Guizao, Federer.
He's still main roster. You
Push away from a really good position.
Yeah, I mean, Aura is a completely different conversation.
Trust me, trust
Looking
me.
at Nigma Galaxy, not only, as Ralph just said, it gives them a really solid off angle in case maybe they get crashed or they're trying to leave the position to get some extra information. But also, Nixura, what allows them to do is if the circle shifts north, it gives an actual decent transition point. He's going to be the anchor point for the squad.
Nothing, dude. Fuck you, dude.
That ended up not being the case,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
if it
yeah,
did,
yeah.
actually Redox would have maybe allowed them to make it even further in that game.
Yeah, and that's what I've really liked from Nigma Galaxy's playstyle so far in this tournament. The last 2 games, they've been doing the exact same thing, right? Of course, they do land in Pachinki and Orangle, but still, they're playing it safe.
Yo, look at my go,
They're
Ralph.
Very
Aura.
smart. It's not hesitant. It's just cautious. They're just.
I'm telling you, chat. Ralph has aura, dude. Like you just has a different kind of aura.
6 eliminations, and I think I have to do the bell. Sorry, Kalaris. Ding, 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 bell of 1,000 damage. There we go. Raouf coming in there with 6 elims on top of all that. So really, really nice work from him.
Another player, too, being able to perform quite well. We're seeing on the screen, Diego. Diego was popping up at Church.
Versus R8, actually.
Yeah.
Again, I talk about R8 later. I got a segment, don't worry. We will be chatting
We will
about
be
R8.
discussing.
But actually, Influence Rage, able to see that that fight of Regnum versus R8 is happening, but it's happening outside the building. So what do? Send it in the building, have natural terrain advantage off the back of that, and just force them in a bottleneck situation, allowing them to get so many DPS. 1v1, V1s all over the place.
Kinda AP, dude.
Go through the highlights, and actually, the team was quite interesting this
Don't
game.
do it.
LG LGD just applying pressure pretty much from minute
I'm
one.
gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
How they played that. Once they had a little bit of control, they really
Oh,
ran with
don't
it.
do it.
They took off and made teams go away, right? They really
Oh, it's a flash.
very well. Shoot, away with you. I mean, that's a really nice one, allowing them to just get up and over. But yeah, it was really, really nice from them. 4MV had a hard time against them. I believe Rejects as well didn't fare too well with them as well. Nongshim also falling victim. So a really, really nice control that they were able to effect in the last south side.
Look at Diego, man. The move. He's so good. He's cracked.
Yeah.
Right in that fight in the church
So nice.
area. Unfortunately, we did see that the circle moved away from them. Influence Rage could not capitalize on that transition anymore.
Yep.
But looking at this finish, a little bit annoyed.
Yeah, I'm starting to think that R8 and NGX might be the GOATs.
And angry. But so many nades were wasted by Enigma Galaxy. I mean, we'll be able to see it in this highlights. They try and wrap up the game. They get way closer. There's even smokes to create a little bit of a line of defense, even though technically you could still get shot, but the smokes are kind of hiding that position away. And yet they still throw nades in the smokes just without any information, wasting their utility. And we talk about it so many times, Seven, on every show, how utility is so important in these finishing moments. And Enigma, if they maybe use them a little bit even too earlier than that, maybe they have no more nades, and then they just can't quite wrap up the match.
Yeah, I kind of have to agree with you here. I loved how they played all of the game except after those initial knocks onto Dick Xavier. I think they slowed right down, and that wasn't entirely the way to play it. Maybe just because it's the second game, we'll see. But for me, I would have loved to see them just pick up that pace a little bit more and continue it.
Yeah, it seems a bit slow there out of that team. But as we're looking here at the match rankings, they do end up with 20 points. Good for them. Influence Rage, as we were talking about earlier, that's crazy. Diego ended up getting 6 out of their 7 eliminations. And LG, 8 eliminations for this team.
Yeah, I mean, no placement points just yet. Okay, that will be coming in eventually. But we talked about how annoying they are. They're extremely efficient at making space for themselves on the edge of the circle, right? We saw it especially early game. They encountered a reject, they encountered also another team, I think, after that. So they're very, very prepared for these fights, especially the Mau nades. Pretty damn crazy when you do really start to pay attention to that.
20 points, dude.
Going on to
They
the second
cooking.
page, though, a few teams are going to be a bit lower.
One of those teams I'm really looking at is actually Upgrade. That's the second game in a row with 0 elimination, or 0 points. Not even just elimination, 0 points on the board at all. And after yesterday's game, maybe this is just a replay of what we saw in the prelims, right? Day 1, nothing. Day 2, everything. We'll have to see.
Well, after 2 matches, R8 is still maintaining their top spot with 28 points. Enigma Galaxy, after that win, I mean, you can just see them shoot up on that leaderboard. But one team I want to talk about that is barely there in 8th place, Black Esports. My goodness. I think Black
LGD will wrap this up in 7 games.
Right there when we were watching it. That is one annoying team, but congratulations.
Me when I'm fucking mentally challenged.
Dude, chat, after 2 games, only 4 of the good teams are in the top 8? Damn. Personally, I would allow that.
Playing the high ground position. Okay, they're annoying, but they're annoyingly good.
Yes,
It's
they're
such a pain
annoyingly
because
good.
the
You can't
timing
fault
is on
them.
point. They claim the best position, and we talked about also, especially during the prelims, they are incredibly powerful when it comes to finding good entry points into the circle, taking the path of least resistance, and that is going to always reward you with a lot of placement points, which we've seen in the prelims.
What I really like from them as well is that you're actually able, or rather, they didn't just third party, they waited for that opportunity. They saw that the fight between LGD and 4MV was taking far too long. They were just like, oh my god, I'm so bored, get it over already. Actually, let's help out. And they went for it. They saw that that was weakening, that fight there was weakening, and they took advantage of it right away.
Yeah, you saw that at the end of the fight too. 4MV were just not ready to take that fight anymore. Not in terms of how many players were alive, they still had, I think, 3 players at that point, but they just had enough resources to maybe take a few shots, and after that, it was just not going to go the entire way.
Well, I mean, we'll have to wait and see how these teams are going to be reacting. One thing that I do know is that BYD is the #1 NEV producer in the world. As part of the PUBG Mobile Global Open, BYD is proud to be the event sponsor. Learn more about BYD models and flexible financing at the booth during the event, or check them out on the internet, bydauto.com. One thing, I mean, for all the 4MV fans, everybody that's been hyping them up, I know they're currently on the 2nd page. Relax. It's okay. Max, right? It's okay?
I think it's fine.
I don't want to check the comments on the Infinix device. I'm sure it's talking about me.
No TikTok
No,
vertical
no,
screen
no.
for you.
Guys, I'm not logging on today. There's no use to sending me a DM.
Okay, all right. Well, the good thing is that we are going to be going to a break, so you know what? You'll get a chance to maybe take a look at those comments. We'll be right back.
Chat, who do y'all think is winning the first Valorant Worlds? Valorant Mobile Worlds?
Me.
What? There's a Valorant Mobile World?
No, I said win.
HH24.
What region, dude? I think it's NA?
Saying HH wins that, bro. HH takes it all, bro. Back in the glory days, man. Are they already starting the scrim in Valorant Mobile?
No. Well, they did when the game was in the beta.
Actually sounds like fun to watch.
Describe your journey from Pmgo qualifiers to the main event of 2025 Pmgo.
Birinchi karta unchalik yaxshi bo'lmadi. Komandamiz birinchi bo'lib yoqilib ketdi. Oxirgi o'rin turdi. Undan keyin bolalar bilan gaplashib, hammasini kelishib oldik. IBOga zo'r ketdi. Xursand bo'ldim, bolalar zo'r o'ynashdi. O'ziga yarasha hamma narsani qiyinchiligi bo'ldi. Mana shu yergacha kelganimizcha Pmgo'larnigacha harakat qildik, trenovka qildik, komanda bilan ishladik, hamma mehnat qildi. Bizni mana shu yergacha olib chiqqan oxirgi eng emotsiyali vaziyat o'sha oxirgi kartada bizdan bitta pas ketayotgan komanda bilan PTSimiz bir xil edi. O'sha oxirgi plus pointni hal qilish kerak edi. Bizni kepimiz Rashrenxo o'sha komandani 1-2 clutch qildi. To есть ikkalasini o'ldirib, bizni mana shu PMCL slot plus Pmgo'ni lanigacha olib kelishga hissasini qo'shdi katta. Qolgan igroklar ham hammasi yaxshi o'ziga yarasha harakat qildi.
Talk about how the team was created and how the synergy between each guys fell into place.
Prelim Gaming jamoam 4 oy oldin tashkil topgan. Jamoamda o'yinchilari juda ham yaxshi va opitli. Men jamoamga ishonganman.
We work by ourselves and train also afford.
I'm not gonna lie, I might be a little tired too, dude.
And our captain do support us, do his best, and just he's doing his best, just support us. And I think it's the main point for our communication, which we improved by these 4 months. I trust him at all. He have lots of experience, and he's, I think, one of the best captain in Uzbekistan.
At which moment during the qualifier matches did you guys realize you can come number 1?
Uchinchi kartada birinchi o'rinni olishdi. Normalniy yaxshi kelib qo'yishdi. O'shandan keyin men o'zi komandaga ishondim. Birinchi o'rinni berib qo'ymasligiga. Ikkinchi kartada men xato qildim. Komandani yopilishiga sababchi bo'ldim. Lekin komanda tilka kirmay, siqilmay, to menga yordam berib, iplimiz shu qolgan 3 ta karta, 4 ta karta birga chiqamiz deb yordam berib, men shu yerda men bildim o'zi.
They believe they're gonna get top 1. All right, let's settle down here, but it's not to be realistic. Like, yeah, if you go into a tournament thinking you're not gonna get top 1, you suck.
Birinchi, ikkinchi karta bizda uncha o'yin o'xshamadi. Deraga jamoasi ajoyib to'p oldi. Ikkinchi karta o'zimizga keldik, yaxshi skilllar bilan to'p uch oldik. Deraga jamoasi yana to'p oldi. Uchinchi karta keyin o'zimizni yig'ishtirib olib, motivatsiya olib, to'p oldik. Oxirgi karta boshlanyapti. 11 PTS raznica. Bu hech nima emas, point. O'ynaymiz, bunaqa xato qilmasdan. Keyin Kiraga jamoasi, Crystal Gaming jamoasi.
Dude, I hate this map rotation.
Apagani yo'qoldi. O'shandan keyin bildik, o'zi chempion.
I hate you.
Why do you hate me, Pookie?
Most excited to play against.
Cause you fucking bitch.
Because
I'm making you watch AJK today.
Like I know, their captain.
No.
And I'm making you play rivals with me, dude, because the season reset.
Play style, they fight, they do.
Okay.
I think we have 2 days.
Dude, like save JJK for the fucking playing, dude. Like fuck, dude.
Just analyze the games of the prelims teams.
For whenever we qualify, of course.
Main events
Yeah, when we qualify, right? Like.
I mean, I'm gonna qualify. Did you know 200 points? Dude. Like that.
You're gonna fumble the finals. Watch, trust me.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh fuck!
Um,
My ball. There's like one of my eyelashes is like fucked up. I was trying to pull it out, bro, and it started hurting.
Just trying to pull out. Oh my god.
All right, you good, bud?
No.
No, I'm not good. I'm great.
Yes.
I don't ever say that again.
What's coming out first, JJK Season 3 or Gojo movie? I'm not sure. Dude, chat. This motherfucker Juancho watched like 3 episodes of JJK and hasn't watched it since, dude. This guy is just not a real grinder.
Bro, like, they just be
you're
focusing
missing
too
out
much
on
on... They're just focusing too much on that woman, dude. She's making it so boring, dude.
Which woman?
You're missing out on peak.
The fucking, the ginger, dude.
You guys gotta see this. The vertical stream on TikTok is going to move.
No, I'm saying sexy dude and the ginger chick.
Dude, chat,
Or like
let me show you to where Juancho got. That type of JJK? No.
The new vertical streams, not only just
Brother
on TikTok,
Juancho,
but
it gets so good.
Dude.
I don't know what you're doing.
He watched...
Yeah, how many more episodes?
Okay, he watched 3... Literally the next episode. You watched episode 3. Episode 4 is literally when it gets good.
Yes.
Man?
You literally just stopped 1 episode before.
Literally blue balled yourself.
Like, he literally just edged himself, bro. Like...
It's gonna be none other than R8 because there was
Because like the whole episode was meeting her, right, and her like setting up, like it was setting up the backstory for Yuji, Megumi, and Nobara because they're like the trio, and then they go on their first mission afterwards. And you missed we didn't even watch the first mission, dude. That's when it gets goated. That shit gets so hype.
Dude, like, the woman just gives the vibe, dude. Like, fuck, dude.
It's because she's not really in the next episode.
Traditionally, we have seen R8 as a
Can't rely on me.
No, I'm not.
No, he's not.
Well, let's see if they're gonna be
He speaks the truth, boy.
She like gets lost, and they're like, "Hey, where'd she go?" And they literally just don't know.
64 players take to the skies, soon to drop down.
What if I just like it so much and I hate myself because there was Jujutsu Kaisen skins in PUBG and I'll be like, man, fuck.
That's literally what I did, by the way. I'm mad I didn't get the Neon Genesis Evangelion skin because, like, I didn't even play the game when that shit dropped. But I was like, did I get on to buy it? Damn thing.
The skin looked terrible, like the JJK on PUBG.
That Gojo skin don't look
Yeah,
bad.
the Gojo one's fine.
Gojo one wasn't bad.
I don't remember the Sukuna one. I didn't really see like the whole thing.
And it's all over at that point. So as soon as one team hits that moment tomorrow, gonna get very dangerous for
but
these other squads.
the Yuji looked like he had
Or
Down
even start
syndrome.
holding them out.
Yeah.
Before with Smash Rules.
Did you guys see Bloodstrike getting his Attack on Titan collab?
It's a difficult set
Was
of
what?
strategies to
Bloodstrike, that one game.
Wait, no way.
It's
really?
it's getting an Attack on Titan collab, dude. Like, what?
If they get an Elim on you, they're gonna know it's you. They're gonna chase you down potentially.
That game was fun.
That game.
Season 2 JJK
Don't
is
get
way
me wrong,
better,
it was
yeah.
pretty fun, but
Season
I'm
1's
not
peak.
going all the way back.
Well, like, Season 2 is even more peak. I think by the time
By the third season.
Third season? I don't think there is a third season yet, is there? No, there's only 2 seasons so far.
What the hell? How many episodes there's in this shit?
47 total episodes.
Damn.
They need to build that foundation today, and when you do that,
Is it just that blue ball like Demon Slayer, dude? Like that I just gotta read it after like.
I still haven't read it, so no.
Is that jump? Oh. Oh shit.
Dude, they jumped out after bro, dude.
They just all jumped down.
Wait,
we all jumping down like idiots.
Wait.
Tian and Mama now in the back lines.
Yes, one. Push, push, push.
Against Keaton, who's charging forward.
He knows, dude. He's hacking, dude. He has hacks, dude. Look at the HP, dude.
Biding his time a little bit, goes to the pre-spray.
Alright, let's stop firing before we run out of fucking bullets.
Need more
Wait
bullets.
this one out just a little bit. Afu, very dangerous moment.
4 bullets.
The switcheroo will get the knock and the flush.
They both reload at the same time.
He got it, bro. He got it, bro.
I've never
If
seen.
I was this guy, I'd just go for the third. So yeah, he's going. He's going. No.
Doesn't take any damage
No.
for it. Reload. Last magazine into the UMP. Running dry on ammunition.
Bro,
Really going down to the
jump
wire.
out on
The
him, bro.
smoke, But it's really thin on the ground.
Bro.
Skayton is bleeding him dry of ammunition here. The supply
Bro.
not
Oh
6
my
bullets.
lord.
needed to spray on
Yo.
What are we doing?
to the pistol now.
Oh my lord. It ain't really that deep, man.
Throw in the way of SK.
I just
What am I-
fucking went back by accident, dude. I just went back by accident.
Oh my god, no way!
Pistol shots ring out, and that's got to be an indication that they're low.
What is this?
What is this? They're the casters.
Ring around the roses at the moment.
He dropped the shotgun with ammo.
Up with 60, good
Bro.
pre-fire and a stop there. Both
Dude, like,
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
What am I watching right now, dude? They're just.
having a single brain cell.
Carrying a single magazine as well. Afu looking for a little bit of a
Oh
bandage.
my god, dude. Please. Finally.
Oh my god, bro! Holy shit, dude! That was just.
Rounds left. In the back pocket.
That was something, all right, dude. That was something, bro.
In South George.
Dear me, that was
Like, bro, you know you got him low, dude. Like, just push, man.
I mean, for LGD,
Push it, push
critical
it.
mistake was Prestige jumping off the building.
They double jumped out, bro.
Lemmings following them
They
off the
triple
top.
jump out.
Not sure what that
If one of them wow room movement, dude, I'm telling you, his move was kind of crisp as fuck, but like he just kept pre-firing.
to your demise. Lings was down and gone at that point. There was no urgency on that fight at all, other than to follow up on a low player. But I think you could have reset that one quite easily, and it turns into a bit of tomfoolery.
A little bit of
at the end
tomfoolery.
instead.
I want to know how many different weapons those two players used in that final engagement. It felt like 17.
Yeah,
I think I'm over-exaggerating there, but that's what it felt like.
There was a Tommy
Oh, guess
gun.
who's here to play on a third party, Blank? It's Black Esports.
Yeah, they're gonna rock it. They've got a good idea of what's going on.
There's
in the
no
room.
way.
Well,
Is this a fight?
They just know in this building.
Can we come?
Oh, no.
It's Lord Cedric.
Oh.
Oh, we finished it.
Rip.
How did they
How
know?
did they know?
They were on the north side. I think they rotated from North George. So they would have.
Yeah, they're hacking.
His exact position though. That's wild. I don't think he made footsteps.
They would have seen crates around the building.
I guess so. But they were on the other side of the building.
Dude, I'd be like, yo, these guys are fucking hacking. Like, that's my reaction, dude.
I mean, dude, like,
If it wasn't a land, dude, I'm like, dude, these guys are stream snipers or something, dude. Like, they have hacks.
Stacked M4.
I mean, of course they know they're fighting in this city, but like, in this building, in that exact same spot, dude, that was kind of, you know.
So
Flip
circle popping over towards the east does open up a
This guy's been set up, seen their screens.
edge of the map. So prison, Milton Power, Lepovka, Mansion.
Did the number 1 and 2 team out?
open.
It's kind of
Those
fire.
high ground positions that sit around Mansion 2 could be a possibility. This is honestly a game for upgrade to show us what they've got.
Oh, Domain eats 1, eats 2. Reefus on the reload and can't.
Reefus, I would
There's no way.
that, dude.
Buildings, giving him another opportunity. Maybe
Dude.
spins out.
So
I
we're
even
dropping
with
Reefus.
that.
Does manage to get away.
Oh,
with
Reefus is getting executed.
You know, if you Reefus there, I think that
Valid.
like you should be hitting that
I mean,
Dude, I'm gonna execute Valak if he doesn't have like a double negative KD, dude. Like,
yeah, so
he's at 0.5 right now in Titans. not even
Double,
lock
dude,
in.
that's,
the driver's seat.
no, he played 16 games, you know?
He has 16 games and 8 kills. So he's a 0.5.
Oh, 8 kills.
It's a double negative.
We
I
will
thought he
be
was
going
at
to the
4,
desk
dude. I'm like,
shortly for an interview with DXAvia's coach.
4.
he was serious. Triple negative, dude.
Reject.
Jeez,
Rotate.
that'll be quad
Let's
negative.
head back over to the stage with Barney to get some.
It's alright, bro. He said, yo. Sure, doesn't really matter.
I mean, that's what I'm saying to myself, dude. Whenever I like see the stats, dude, he's IGL, you know.
Welcome to the front of stage, where I'm now going to call it the pit. I've got Coach from DXavia with me. I've got Gare. Now, I've got.
So what is so hot in my room, but my window's not open?
Normally on Erangel is Pachinki, but you decided to give it up for these past few maps. I just want to know what the decision was to do that.
Bình thường vị trí nhảy
Like 5 billion degrees in here.
Pochinki nhưng
Is he speaking the melody language?
vực trường học thì cái lý do đằng sau cái quyết định đấy là gì ạ?
Vì sẽ cân nhắc theo những cái vị trí mà trống thì vẫn sẽ chọn hơn là việc giao tranh ở một giải đấu lớn như này.
So we'll consider where's the empty space, not like the hot drop. We'll try to avoid it so we can get a little bit more safety.
Yeah, that makes sense. Now, give us a little bit of insight into what your style is as a coach, because a lot of people are curious to know.
Vậy thì cái phong cách huấn luyện của anh là như thế nào? Với đội tuyển của mình kiểu mình sẽ kiểu cầm tay chỉ lối hay là mình sẽ giống theo kiểu là để cho player tự sức thoải mái?
Đối với đội tuyển của chúng tôi thì sẽ ưu tiên cái việc là tất cả đều được đưa ra những ý kiến riêng của mình và sau đó sẽ thảo luận với nhau và đưa ra phương án cuối cùng.
So for our teams, we'll like each own have like an opinion, and we'll like group up, and then we'll discuss it, and then we'll bring like a final decision for the whole team.
I like that. A group decision. That's great. Gareth, thank you so much for joining me in this interview. I really appreciate it. Best of luck to D Xavier. But for now, let's head back into the action.
A nice democratic decision-making process for DX Xavier as they are able to keep things in line. Right now, they're in 4th place, and with the top 2 teams in the lobby dismounted, they have a chance to push on up there. RA on 31 points, though, after this match, still in a very good spot. They are still over a 10-point average after this 3rd match finishes.
That they are looking very, very strong. And you keep up to date with all those statistics over on the new official vertical stream, which you can find over on YouTube.
The vertical stream, wow, yeah, the vertical. No one gives a fuck about the vertical stream.
You tap on it, huge. It's Pmgo. We spent a lot of time on this bad boy. All right, make sure you check it out when you can.
Oh,
I'm very happy about it. Not as happy as the crowd as Ramses lands the nade onto Groza.
Bro's teammate just dipped. He said, "I'm fucking out of here."
Bro,
wait,
they couldn't put him in the car?
Dude, they just.
Oh, they're punishing. Never mind, my fault. Oh my lord.
Oh Jesus Christ. Maybe they shouldn't have pushed.
Aye. He just pumped his Tim's buggy?
Okay. That tire's one
Almost
shot.
felt like
That tire's one, dude.
Yeah, pretty important position as well. Clearing out 2 teams from this area would leave it very, very open for DX Xavier. Luckily for Upgrade, they are quick on the uptake.
They just left their 14.
This one off. I think it's the smart idea to go.
they just left that guy in the garage for no reason, bro. They could have put him in the car, dip towards junkyard, like
Get out of there.
Like, dude.
But now we're gonna run right into their
Like, bro, there was some
qualifier.
extra shit back too, bro. Like, let me tell
In
you.
the past, they were a very, very stubborn team when it came to hot drops. They refused to leave a lot. So, again, I do want to reiterate that they are one of the most improved teams over the years. Have really come into their own. And the nicest thing about them is that I think...
Hey, we gained the rest now. I mean, shit, worked out, I guess.
They're able to listen to their coach about that. And not only listen, implement on top. That's a very important thing for a team to have. And it is what bases them towards the upper side of esports within PUBG Mobile.
Here's the thing as well, Blank. Hot drops in this lobby specifically are all the more dangerous because as soon as you take a fight, Black Esports also roll up on you. So it's a three-way engagement with a third party.
Yeah.
So it's like doubly dangerous.
It's not good. To be fair,
See, I try and go like that, dude. I'm shooting the windowsill every time.
Everyone has their individual roles and they play them very well within the team. So that's a team you would like to get 4 people towards the end game. And DX Xavier really does excel in those moments. Except when you're getting bombarded by Enigma Galaxy over in the Storm
Game
Breeze,
hates
which
me.
is very unfun.
You hate to see it. You're a Vietnamese fan anyway. Nepex moving in from the south side, so team from Nepal making their rotate away from Sosnovka military base, getting past farm. Circle closes towards Potato Hill.
Dude, NGX chilling mid-circle? Like, dude, I know who the GOAT IGL is. This Scoops guy was bringing the team down.
For our prelim teams coming up against
That is crazy. Like, if he does good this tournament, like top 3, like... Yeah,
I mean, they did.
I will literally forever push the agenda, dude. Coops brought him down, dude.
Okay, to be very fucking fair, Coops did have Freak.
To get towards center, towards stage 5, stage 6, where areas were left open.
Like, let's get go for real right now. Freak, which is not the greatest.
I mean, they had prior on it, so they go for it. Same with Enigma Galaxy.
Like, you remember in Pachinki when he mollied upstairs to thirst the guy, and then he went upstairs?
Like, bro.
So these are all
That's so wild.
to consider.
Like, Freak is chill and everything, but, I mean, you know, he was just not, you know?
Extremely impressive so far in terms of movement and scouting capability is
the 721.
Raul put up 2 KD? Never mind, yeah, Coop's fucking, you're fraud.
Dude,
I've never seen Coops with 2 KD.
I mean, we saw it right.
Indians does have more IQ players now. Are you calling Coops stupid? What were you saying?
What
Calling
the hell,
him dumb?
dude? Hey, you're not gonna come out, you're stupid.
Today.
That is Juancho's e-girl, dude. You can't call him that.
That is my e-girl.
That's Juancho's booster in Valorant right there.
I don't. Whoa, 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 whoa! Too far, dude.
Dude, chat. This guy Coops gets on a Smurf account, dude, in silver and boosts Juancho out of gold, dude. Like.
Actually, he's boosting me and Valak because he's playing on Valak's account.
And we describe them as a weird and the reason.
Valak's gonna get back on. He's gonna be in diamond, dude. Like,
and he's gonna get cooked, bro. He's gonna get cooked repeatedly whenever he plays. He's a little bit game 2 and 27, dude.
Dude.
Really allow them to hit center very quickly, very often. Here it's a whole new playing field, and the barriers in front of them are no longer made of.
Dude, Juancho, how's it feel that my peak is higher than your peak? I don't even play the game, dude.
I don't even play the game either. Unless Coop's like, yo, you wanna play? I'm like, yeah, sure, why not, dude? Because that's my baby. I don't think you understand the amount of sex for what I have at LAN.
At LAN, buddy, you're not going. You're gonna be the sub and not get flown out.
Fuck it, I'm just gonna go, dude. I'm gonna have sex with him.
They haven't been able to jump these little
skill.
I say little. Okay. These smaller increments of skill when it comes to coming from the Uzbek finals into the prelims, into the finals that the other teams from the region have. They are, instead of jumping a skill gap, are trying to jump a skill canyon into this one. And right now, they're falling a bit flat on their face.
Again, I was very worried when we had that interview with Barney where he asked them, and it was a very pertinent question as well, is that have you changed anything from watching these teams in the prelims? And they said, no, we're not going to change anything. I think that was very telling at that part, because I think that if you were watching the prelims, you would realize very quickly that you need to be faster and you need to be more adaptable to finding gaps in the circle itself to get in. In the meantime, we do move further.
What are these casters talking about?
Which leaves Regnum Kaya in a very
I'd just be zoning him out, dude. Like
I started listening first. I usually zoned them out, but like I was listening that one time, and they were talking about like the prelim teams. I'm like, buddy, who the fuck cares about them?
Chasing towards those top spots. They would love to put a big game up on the board, keep those averages nice and high, topped up.
The RC and Innes or fucking Red Force doing some cheeks. 4V doing some cheeks. REG doing some cheeks. What is going on, dude?
I mean, dude, it's just Silas, you know, and this kind of shit in the bed right now.
But that'll only happen if DXavier fight them first.
They got 6 points, so fucking locks his KPs.
When you're already in an engagement.
Yeah, which you don't really want a lot of times. And it's always a fair thing to have. So teams have slowed things down in that regard, and I think 4MV's been playing a much slower game, and also far on the eastern side, away from Black Esports.
Dude, the Valak like just dead, bro. He was in VC like all hyper and shit, and then he just disappeared.
The West, they were fighting with Helium for a while.
You know him.
They didn't really move away from that one as soon as the circle popped. I think that the easiest rotational path in would be on that eastern side, because you know this is
What is with people just not getting out, shooting a couple bullets, and forcing the team coming up to you just go away?
4MV move quite quickly to this eastern edge.
Cyber moving in behind Black Esports, giving them a little bit of a hurry up, but they have to push in towards GOAT quality territory, and they've already lost a player to it.
Silas only locks in during PUGC finals.
Real. Challenge, Lord Cedric on the hillside.
Oh my lordy lord, man, what am I watching?
I'm Ron.
Oh my. Okay, there we go.
Symphony wants to try and back up his teammate.
God damn, took him like 13 minutes.
Well, you're fucking in 4, man. Let's go.
And now Symphony's challenging Zvezda. Low HP on the low ground, but there is an answer. There comes the off angle. Third parties are starting to come into this fight as well. As Black Esports going down, a taste of their own medicine.
Aki Cyber, very well done. But honestly, I think the key factor in that fight was definitely Imron. In the meantime, 721 up against Nongshim Red Force.
There appears to be quite a little bit of people below NC Doxy.
Right now, Spidey
and S Doxy.
Binny passing that information.
Oh, he was just jumping?
Will be flushed out.
Oh.
Drops down and no
Oh.
response.
No one helping his team, bro. What?
They're just going inside the fucking tower, dude.
Doc is all too happy to chow down on that one.
Oh shit, he's farming up.
And now a nade being cooked. This could be
Yep.
dastardly. It could be
Oh.
a big bounce.
Oh.
Wait, farm B?
But Doc has an answer sent back his way. And now Butcher looking for this flush.
This guy's lost in the sauce, dude.
Oh my god.
Get the KP. Is Timmy not calling it out?
Bro, get the hell out of that tower.
Ran through a molly, ran through a molly, bro.
Right. Oh my.
On
And
a
they're
third
dead.
party, they've cleared out so much space for themselves on this southeast side. A fantastic
4v farming now, dude. It's their chance.
do get one player
What the
over
fuck,
They're
dude?
not frauds. They're not
Bro just almost
frauds.
just beamed the guy.
in XZY. But a pretty damn good game here potentially for
Who the
Red
fuck's
Bull
throwing
Tigers.
mollies?
They
There's
have
nobody around.
One of the only compounds left inside this circle
Yeah, make sure.
other than GOAT.
NGX, in zone, 2 KPs. I know my goats.
Coming up because there is that ridge side that sits in the middle. But that's
They
not
aren't in zone, but like it's RC. Like how bad, you know, could they lose
I think
it?
that's realistically positioned.
I see them winning this fight against RC, taking their spot.
I
winning
mean,
again.
since Ragey is dead, you know, their fights, the odds of fucking RC winning against NGX, slim to none.
areas that they can sit in and not have to worry about.
So getting knocked to fucking stone.
Hello, are we in fucking shit though?
That's because a couple of shots came.
Look where he's at, dude. What is he doing down there?
Slightly tickled there by the Blues.
Bro, did not cook, bro. He did not
It
cook.
does seem that way. That feels like the most likely explanation.
Dude, look
Like-
at XZY, dude, just chilling there.
Sitting in the blue. This northwest shift gives DX Savior the position on the north side. XZY a little bit happy
They?
about this, but this southwest edge is going to be
Are you one of them they them six?
probably two to
No,
two
I'm
to three of
he,
these
him.
teams trying to move on through. If
I'm
not
that
more than
motherfucker.
that. And Ziol does get flushed by the play zone. No
He,
point
him,
going
she,
across,
sure.
but losing a
You always
player
find that shit
for-
weird. Like, oh, I go by he, her, or yeah, he, her.
Try and sweep
I'm like, buddy, what?
So maybe they're
How's
gonna
that
divert
possible?
attention elsewhere.
Fake one, dude. Like,
They're pushing
I
further
did. My
down
brain
the
just
side.
doesn't like register. Like, how does that work?
Reject for the time being. Are gonna have
Can't
to
tell me what I feel.
Rex with a nade over the top.
Like you said, dude, I'll call you he, her, but like I just don't see how that's possible. You know, like.
They go.
It's a really, really quite tough circle here for a
yeah,
lot
I
of teams.
identify
If
as.
you're on that southwest side, I mean, that's where you're likely to be
Ralph?
pushed in if you start
Dude,
on the
this
west
guy.
side.
Yeah, we're cooked. We lost. NGX dead.
Oh my gosh, so raw.
Goat here. So Enigma Galaxy, their life is so rough.
Oh no, he's
Not
dead.
only
He's
because
dead.
they can't
We're just
move
gonna
up
see for like
Yeah.
3 teams right now.
because teams like 4&V, like
Oh no,
Netflix,
Snowick,
and
dude, not
Cyber, they're
Snowick,
only
bro.
going
No,
to
dude,
use
Snowick.
Nah, dude. Fuck.
Almost certainly
God darn it. They're so dead.
goes on
There's
through.
3 full teams around them basically.
Down and down here. Rex, I think
There's
the
just
last
nowhere to
stand on the
fucking go.
off-angle. Reject just continue.
Like, where do they go? Like, dude, and there's another team on the farther right, dude. Like, what? They're just fucked.
And may be able to trap them against the blue zone. Aki Cyber as well, feeling the heat of the blue zone pushing them as Reject lighten up the roll.
Bro, like, there's just nothing they could have done, dude.
Like,
There's just
Who will go down?
there's a total of
There was
16
just a
players
circle
around
jerk
them.
over here, bro.
Like 4&V's there, this Netflix team's here, fucking RC's there, then you got the team up at the hill, bro. Like,
AKE up there, like, dude.
Like, dude.
There's nothing to do, bro.
It's a precarious
Yeah.
spot, but it's a better spot than others because although it's out in the open, it is guarded from sidelines on that north side, and there's plenty of hard cover here that looks over out into open ground. So 4&V again kind of stuck.
Right
They
now.
don't really want to move further over towards that northeast side because
we found a better scope, bud, like, oh.
they're still inside the circle. So one shot will go through over towards 4&V, and Reject is very
Dude, Goat win.
just lock this team out.
A lot of the teams towards the top are starting to drop blank. Goat quality in that west
Standard.
position, though.
I was about to say, just pull all the way up, dude. You pulled halfway up, dude. Just go.
It's Duello launching that Molotov over the top. Reject so far.
That molly didn't hit. Hello, it's right on them.
Impact as defending
No,
champions.
that's not true.
Hope they could have a little bit more. 4MV, their next.
Oi,
test
oi, oi,
to
oh,
roll out
what the
and
fuck?
around into the blue, giving them the old carousel.
Yo,
Doc on the
no
swing.
way, right?
Good for Duello. Looks to try and
They
turn his attention
pussies,
now
bro.
to
Why
the
are you
vehicle
leaving your
rolling away
teammate,
to
man?
for the heel. And there's a third
No
party
style
across the
points,
way
but I am
from
drifted.
Goat Quality.
And he
They
fully
were
healed.
forward.
I feel like
Duello
Doc clutched
sent
these.
straight
Oh.
back in. The drivers left the vehicle.
No, he got
No.
third partied.
However, Reject getting lit
Dude.
up leaves Apollo and Duello in the thick of it.
What the
In the
fuck?
thick of it.
Go down as well. Only
Into the
Duello
thick of
left
it.
remaining behind the tree, and there is an onslaught of fire. And I do want to talk about this
Bro.
because it's very important to go over. I love this from Goat Quality. They had that compound on the north side. In many different
Wait,
aspects,
Random Cardia, dude. That better win this shit, dude.
Couple of minutes. Instead, they send 2 players down.
I mean, they showed in the comp they should win. Yeah, full 4-man, 1 kill, dude. They've been fucking her off the entire game.
They don't sit pretty. They continue to push in. And for GOAT quality, it's the idea of taking advantage of
This chanting 4-V, they're dead.
being inactive, having an influence, having a presence inside of the lobby, because they were one of the key factors that made that south push so difficult. So very, very nice from GOAT quality.
There's just one guy chanting 4-V and they're dead, bro. Like, what's going on?
Down towards the south side, crunching teams in their maw. 6 teams now remain blank, and the southwest side is, as you say, cleared by GOAT quality.
No.
For DXavier, east side for Regnum Kaya. These are the strong points in the circle. And it's very likely that we're going to see these 3 teams battling it out for the first place position, as Influence Rage getting torn apart in the midst of it all. Akicyber have got Force as well on that hillside, but you imagine that GOAT quality or DXavier are going to spot that out, and Force will be rolled down towards by Lamborghini. Has got the DBS. Ooh, Lamborghini unaware of it. He might be able to get a point for his trouble.
Akicyber finding 1. And DXavier very unhappy with this one, sending a scout down towards
What is this devious loadout?
Not happened.
M7 S12?
Regnum Kaya should win this game, or it's a game that they desperately need to win. They've been given so many advantages here with their compound still on that eastern side. If they don't win this game, it looks very, very bad for them. Loxy even has an MG3.
What?
Ramses, though, just allowing him to spray down. Finally, they take him out, but that looked a little bit
What is it?
dangerous.
How do you crash your cars at each other? Like, hello?
By 20% HP.
They should be able to get that res, however, with the cover from the crate. They will be able to survive just a moment longer, get those reses. You can see Silas wasting no time, getting position against GOAT quality, who will have to run downhill as Akicyber does fall. And
Oi, he's hacking.
These 3 teams facing off in
How
the
do you
final
know?
circles. We're at stage 6, closing in on 7.
Interesting.
And with 3 players remaining, DXavier
I mean,
have the number
check
2.
us the vibes.
It's a good guess on the smoke as well. Even tags him. I mean, Silas very much well known for incredibly long plays with the M4.
He's tagged me.
Work such an accurate play.
Nobody, low, bro. Ain't nobody fucking trying to attack you.
Okay, buddy, yeah. Well, I'm telling Coops that you say he's a bitch, dude. And other mean things.
What?
From Regnum Kaya, I don't know how they threaded that one over the road.
Hear me out. The Xavier win now.
Fair enough. DXavier right now, the only one
No,
in
dude.
this circle, but on this ridge
Hear
line,
me out.
if GOAT quality get a lineup, or if they get rid
Go
of
No,
win.
dude. No, dude.
do some damage to the
Hear me out. I think
Amazing,
one of these
dude.
3 teams are gonna
Moves over towards that northeast side.
Nah, Regnum Kaya 100% gonna win, dude. It's over, dude. Shock, dude.
Makes their game so much easier versus GOAT. Luckily,
Hey.
Effies is not letting up the pressure one tiny bit here. Some great shots from him. Silas goes incredibly low. A very, very good thing that he doesn't go down in that situation either, because he's the front man for the team on the north side.
Yeah, Regnum Kaya complete that spin out and will have that line now to the east side of the circle. You can see Loxy anchoring behind the tree, has that vehicle cover as well. DXavier still holding this ridge line, and GOAT quality have it all to do in this scenario. They're the
Definitely
only
Regnum
team
Kaya
to
that
make
wins.
their bid for this one. The other 2 looking a little bit safer. DXavier don't want to fight Regnum Kaya right now because they know that they're suppressing GOAT quality on this ridgeline. If they can just stay put, avoid the nades that will almost inevitably come from GOAT quality down the hill, it's very likely that we're not going to see GOAT quality make it further in this one.
Yeah, if the circle edges even a little bit over towards the east here, Regnum Kaya should win because they have the high ground advantage looking down over towards DXavier. You need to move out towards that eastern side into open ground. Ego makes a bit of a crazy play, and AT steps up, but Regnum Kaya does not allow anything to go through. Very, very good refrag though from
Yeah.
Varanic. Not sure how that happened. It's on
Is
the
Silas a
as
fraud?
well, which
Yes
is
or
the
yes?
worst member to go down here.
That off angle on the north side, Silas was such an important position for them. Had so much control over this DXavier position, and that opens up a lot more freedom for DXavier to start to move, to start to frag, maybe tag onto Loxy, who you can see was getting sprayed at. Silas is flush.
You're not listening, dude. I'm glad I really understand Vietnamese.
2 for GOAT quality and 3.
I don't think we're understanding any of the teams talk, but
DXavier just need to survive this front.
I can understand INF a tad bit.
INF. Where's INF at in this game?
The eastern side, crossing that road nice and
You know, like any of the, you know, in general teams, yeah, all the teams. Yeah, no, Regnum Kaya lost. That, you know, go would just instead of pushing into the open, they would push the X. But they appear to be
There are
buns.
small little bits of cover that they can try and play around. And Oxy with a smoke cannon. They're going to try and open up just a moment longer.
Yeah, that M79 is going to buy him a huge
I
amount
appear
of
to
time.
still be EP.
I'm low EP too, dude. You're making me
They
EP.
don't need a huge amount of time. Most of these locations that currently DXavier is playing in terms of hardcover are outside the circle by a small fraction, but a small fraction is all it really takes at the end of the day. So for Regnum Karya, they need to sit still on this one.
I don't think so. They were going to roll down towards Paragin. They could get lit up here.
Oh.
They've already tagged twice. And out the window,
Nice.
shotgun hops down and Wild. With a wild swing out, Toshpik is refragged, but that takes another position away from DXavier. I don't think Toshpik's getting back up here, but is this going to be enough to control the position seen by DXavier across the way? What is he doing? He steps forward. That could have been disastrous.
I mean, fair play to Regnum Karya, because Wild does have a crazy spot right now. M79 immediately laying down that smoke, but it's that angle, right?
Win this
For
shit, bro.
DXavier, they have to cover these spots. I think Paragin would have been that small point of contact.
Oh, how's this guy still alive?
Things favor in the side
This guy got the biggest fucking
okay.
balls anywhere. W shit.
What the fuck?
to go in Nati. And again, it's
Oh my god.
fantastically done.
Yo.
Regnum Karya takes the
Devious off angle.
What a close
Actual
out for
devious
Wild.
angle.
It felt like he met no resistance in those final moments, Blank. That sweep out, Toshpik, his chauffeur to the chicken dinner. And it felt like DXavier was so
He
confused
big
by-
dicked it for a scope in that crate. Goddamn won the game. There you go. Low key.
Oh, go shit, dude.
circle to push those players in from the west, but I think even they realize that they don't want to leave it up to chance.
Crew chat's looking a little different, Vax.
Technically, that is a favorable fight for them over towards Paragin. Leaving Loki behind means those two players can't peek too wide on the western side.
Kinda
So,
fucky.
yeah, a really, really good play from Regnum Karya, but that's bold. It requires confidence, and Regnum Karya make it work.
Absolutely beautiful stuff coming on through as we take a look at these final moments. You can see in these moments it was Goat going down that gave Regnum Karya a little bit more freedom to move, but we didn't expect them to move that much. I mean, we were talking about them maybe just trying to stay still, play that circle position, but no, Wild had other ideas. And I mean, this final spray downs are crazy. It was kind of strange that they allowed him to go out towards those crates as well.
Well, honestly, they didn't really have any option. They'd already let
Bloxy with 80 damage. What was Pro doing the entire game?
They had no information.
He had like compound and everything, dude.
Speaking, and they had to stick behind those rocks anyway because of Loxy's spot. It's just a very well set up end game. It is also unfortunate for DXavier that both those rocks were.
Yeah,
outside of the
I'll be right back.
I can see a player taking
Jack, he's
to
not
the
coming
stage
back, is
here,
he?
Blank. We may be having an interview in a moment with one
You're
of our
goddamn
victorious
Silas.
squads. Yeah, I was holding that back, but you know what? Yeah, it will be Silas, one of the
can see
greatest,
him.
one of the greatest players of all time. Great guy as well, but absolutely.
Great guy.
Jack, we're calling Silas one of the greatest players of all time now. What the
pulled that
fuck?
One, I'm sure maybe Wild had a hand in it, but Silas
Because he won
was
a
happy
PMGC
to
in
serve
second
as the
place.
PL, as he always is. A long-standing
Guess that
face
puts him
in
up
PUBG
there.
Mobile. Let's head back to the stage with Barney and Silas.
Maybe greatest IGL.
Welcome to the main
That's what he
stage.
is,
I've got
right?
Silas here
I don't know.
from Regnum
You got to go
Karya
Jimmy, dude. That man won like
Esports.
7
Couple of
worlds
questions
back
and
to
I'll let
back.
you go because I know that you need to get back
Hey,
into
one
the swing
of, not
things, but
the
you
best.
held the compound really
Down.
early on in
We all know that
Nova.
Nova
You
roster was
held
it.
and it was really important that you didn't kind of to expand too much. Have you been working on kind of slow rolling it a bit more and being more methodical with your approach?
Oyunun başından itibaren alanları çok iyi sabit tuttunuz, kendinizde tuttunuz. Böyle yavaş oyun oynamakla ilgili daha önceden bir deneyiminiz var mı? Böyle stratejik ve taktiksel bir oyunla ilgili daha önce çalışmış mıydınız?
Yani sadece şanslıydık. Yani alan attı. Alan atmasa da oynardık tabii ki ama şansımız yaver gitti. Win aldık.
We were really lucky. The area was on us, so it's cool. And we did it. We were lucky.
Silas, I didn't get a chance to talk to you in December at PMGC. Really close, obviously second place, that's got to hurt, but how have you made sure that you're going to bounce back stronger? What have you guys been working on between December and now?
Aralık ayında sadece birkaç puanla kaybettiğiniz bir konu var. Oradan buraya nasıl bir sıçrama yaptınız? Motivasyonunuzu ve kendinizi nasıl buraya kadar getirdiniz ve şu an bu win'i aldınız?
Yani çalışmalarımız aynı şekilde devam ediyor. Ne yaptıysak yani aynı şekilde yapmaya devam ediyoruz. Sadece daha fazla odaklandık, daha fazla hırslandık. Yani kaybetmemiz bu sene için bizi daha tehlikeli yaptı diyebilirim.
We are studying, we are working on it, same, it doesn't change, but losing on December, it just made us much more dangerous.
Much more dangerous, and I imagine much more hungry for the victory. Thank you so much for joining me in this interview. I really appreciate it, Silas. And we're going to head back over to the analyst to continue day one of our main event.
Regnum Karia finally waking up here on day one of the main event. And for this team, I mean, we got to talk about it a little bit more, too, that we're talking about in regards to how much, you know, you hold a compound, you make sure you don't lose it, and if the circle goes your way, you usually win, Max.
Yeah, I mean, I like the interview there because not like, oh, we were so smart, we knew the circle was going to go there. It's like, no, we got lucky. Like, come on, let's not mess around right now. But they played really well. One thing I do want to highlight, actually, by how they played it, despite them being in the compound, they were still kind of proactive here, Niptura. With Silas, he's a very proactive IGL, leaving that position a lot, getting information just to know what kind of threats could possibly come their way later on down in that match. And that alone gave them so much information that they know where teams are coming from to then set up that final fight for that 2-2 split.
Yeah, absolutely. You know who else is super proactive on that team? It's Wild. That he's going to be our MVP for this game. Very nicely done there. And you're seeing those stats come up. And no, look, it's Force and Ramses next to each other.
And what team is Ramses already?
Ramses is on Upgrade?
Yes, good.
Yes.
So you guys might not know what's going on because if you didn't watch TDM from yesterday, you need to go check it.
Yeah, you do. It's very funny. But yeah, really nice damage from them, really nice elims as well across the board, and some very, very similar time frames, some survival times that we got going on here, Max.
Yeah, definitely a lot of teams able to reach the late game. I have to say, though, for every single team, not an easy terrain. Except for Regnum Karia, they were given like that compound. The terrain was just horrible. You're getting pushed downhill, going over roads. You got a few rocks and trees, but really not that many.
Yeah.
If you don't come in with a very strong game plan, and especially players to back up those play with off angles, you're just going to crumble apart. So a lot of teams, I think, understood we're not winning this game. We're just going to try and get a few scraps here and there.
I will have to say, it was a little bit scary seeing Silas get eliminated there whenever he was trying to get that scouting done.
Yeah, it really was, but I'm really glad that his teammates picked it right back up, right? I mean, they did a very, very good job, but yeah, I think it was really nice to see them use that pivot, eliminate that anchor of Peregrine, and actually continue that fight.
I do like it because some IGLs I know I talked to said, I start to really IGL once I'm eliminated. It's just like, I can just look at all the POVs, it's kind of cool. It's like an RTS at that point, just controlling your troops around the battleground. But no, Silas was definitely trying to do as much as possible. Got taken out a bit early, it does happen though. As we go through the highlights, I do know here, Niptura, that Akicyber kind of stole the mojo of another squad.
They really did, and I love the adaptability coming in from Akicyber because they used Black's strategy against them, completely against them. It was really, really nice because they came in right behind Black as they were finishing up, as they were getting ready to actually get into zone. They were right there and going, no zone for you, we want it, please, let's have it. And they did a really, really good job with it.
And actually, I'm happy you're talking about Akicyber. I want to highlight one player from Akicyber, which is Vesta. We've seen this guy being one of the top fraggers of the team, right? He's been doing amazingly well going into the prelim. But one thing I want to highlight is that he was involved in the direct confrontation versus Black, and he was behind a tree with a shotgun. Does not get too overconfident. He waits for his teammates to roll over that ridge line, get the big off-angle advantage, and then he starts to commit and just clears the entirety of Black. So Zvezda, really aggressive, but not overstepping his welcome when time requires it.
Regnum Karia there with the 16 points. One team that I actually thought was going to end up taking it. It's not the X. I thought it was going to be GOAT Niptura.
So did I. I think that was definitely one of our favorites to go in. I really liked how they played everything. They had a really, really nice push into Rejects, I think it was. Yeah,
and Akicyber too,
yeah, and them too, right. Because GOAT couldn't actually push into that new zone because of that off angle, because of the south side. It was very, very busy. So what they ended up doing is waiting, timing that third party really nicely, got rid of Rejects super easily, and then they had both the high ground and room to actually push.
One thing that's very important, as I talked about already, the circle, this kind of terrain was very, very rough for all of these teams. One big advantage can get is high ground, which is actually what Go understood from the get-go. Leave the compound, roll down the hilltops. From that off angle from the high ground, they start just obliterating all the teams, such as Reject and Akisaiba, as you mentioned, and
On
get
board.
a really, really solid game. Actually, because of that, we do see some actually pretty decent shifts happening over here, and R8 still standing strong, but DX jumping up in second place.
I'm actually surprised to see R8 being still in first place, because R8 and LGD, they got eliminated fairly.
I feel that.
This is something that we're going to have to keep a close eye on.
Somebody of them quit yapping and just go ahead and go on the next match.
Anything can happen. Some of these teams at the top, they might want to try think about possibly creating some buffer for themselves.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. I think certainly teams like Nigma Galaxy, for instance, who have had a really, really good day so far, might want to start thinking about, now we're kind of halfway through the first day, thinking about stepping it up just a little bit, continuing that gap, creating that gap, and getting it to where they need to be, because you never know how day 2 is going to go.
And for some other teams like Reject, upgrade. This isn't the prelims anymore. You're not going to be able to take off day 1 and hope that you make a huge comeback on day 2. They definitely need to wake up.
I'm not going to lie, we saw some games in the prelims with positions open that should not be open. And we know that when we go into a higher caliber lobby, those positions were going to be taken pretty much instantly. And now Upgrade, we see them struggling to find playable spots.
Yeah.
They're a lot of the time on the edge, which we know when you're an aggressive team like Upgrade, you want to try and play center, get involved in the conversation pretty damn early. They just can't do so.
Yeah.
And to adapt
Overrated
like this
4MB.
kind of
Dude, they're going to lock in trust.
Yeah, it is, and especially when you consider, as you said, right, that Upgrade are a very central team. Time and time again, we see them go straight to that center, and when there's no space, to the edge you go, and when you're not an edge team, to the lobby you go. So it's been a very, very difficult day for them so far.
And Max, during that engagement between 4MB, actually before they even engaged, you were talking about how 4MB could possibly wrap around, but the biggest worry was that they were going to end up having to fight and end up getting their party, and that's ultimately what happened.
There were so many teams down there. I'm looking right now at the map feed. We had ourselves like Nigma Galaxy, Helion, Akisaiba, T721, Aggressors. You had NepX2, Nocturne Redford, like just so many squadrons to the southern side. Though there was actually one advantage for them 7 here, which is they were actually involved in the fights, but they were outside pretty much from the engagement. They were over to the east, and there were no teams further east than them, which means if they want to apply pressure, if they want to fight, they can do it without any teams fighting them from the backside. So that was kind of an advantage, but still when you fight 1, 2, 3 teams in a row here,
Yeah.
Nep, you're just going to start losing players eventually.
It's gonna happen. The other thing I really liked, though, is Xavier, able to have that anchor spot of Peregrine, right? He did a really, really good job of controlling that area, and you saw just how vital his position was when Regnum Karya were actually able to take him out, and then it was just game over from there, because as central as that ridge was, 7, it was very, very open, and they needed Peregrine in that spot.
I did enjoy that massive split that DX had at one point. That was favorable. And then whenever Silas did end up getting knocked, I was like, okay, DX, do your thing.
Yeah.
You might be able to do something here, but for everybody currently watching at home, don't forget that players worldwide are checking in on the... I mean, just check out the map. The WoW map, because you're going to be able to enter the map ID that's going to end up appearing on your screen, and before it appears, oh, okay, they beat me to it. 12-12-35-03. Immerse yourself in the full panoramic experience of the Pmgo Uzbekistan Offline Tournament without leaving your home. Start your virtual venue for now, because the tour, I mean, the area, I think this might be one of my favorite stages.
Absolutely. I totally agree with that. I've been watching PUBG for a long time. This is very cool. I love the colors. I love the setup. I love these big screens we got on either side. Very immersive.
Yeah, given the access and information in regards to players too. I absolutely
exactly.
love it too. Going into this final, Aaron Gill, any teams that you guys might be thinking of surprising us?
Surprising us, you know what? Xavier. They got that second place. I think they could do some cool stuff.
I'm going to say LGD. We didn't get placement points on the first game. Decent fight earlier, but they still get engaged by Black. I don't want to see an early game from the side of LGD. If they do so, we could maybe see at least a podium finish.
Well, it's time to find out as we're going to be heading towards the final Aaron Gill of today. Take it away, Blank and John Allen.
Match number 4. We are going from Milter Power over towards the shooting range. You can see all our 64 players locked and loaded, totally ready to get into this one. The thick of it will prevail, I'm sure. We'll see plenty of it. Aaron Gill, a 7 rightly says for the final time today.
Match number 4. We are getting through today fairly quickly. I'm not going to lie, I think it's because the plays have been so exciting, it's been so enjoyable to watch so far. From Milter Power to shooting range,
I would say this is pretty kind playing path. I think that the game was definitely switched up a little bit by the playing path on our last match on Erangel, where it was far over towards the west. Then we had an eastern shift on the circle. That caused some problems for our teams and allowed Regnum Kaya playing on the eastern side to have a lot of advantageous positioning. But yeah, I did really enjoy that last game. I think there was a situation where it's very clear to me that Regnum Kaya is not one to just wait around. I think that, you know, in that play, my head, it's like, on the analytical side, it's like you should be able to win that engagement. Paragym might be a difficulty on that north side, but you take those two players that are going to get pushed out on the rock, and you deal with that. But they didn't even want to worry about Paragym. And if you can't take
Alright, chat, game started.
You absolutely
Lock in.
because you're trying to minimize the chances in those games to cause issues for yourself. LGD up towards that north side, currently looking like it might be a hot drop. And the circle does move far down towards the south.
It's a horrible circle.
Sosnovka.
Yeah, that hot drop between LGD and I think it was R8 as well over in North George. Maybe actually going to South Georgia. Both teams changing their drop spot, but at the same time. Oh, they were in South George before, that's right. It was Black Esports in North George. But they are going to the same apartment blocks. We're going to see it again. Circle hard south side. Could be military. Not super likely. It's difficult to call at this point. We'll have to wait and see. But I'm just waiting to see how this one unfolds. If you'll remember, it was, I think, the last player to survive for LGD. But then immediately got run down by Black Esports, who are nowhere to be seen. They're all the way in Mill to Power, so no third parties this time. Lings to eat the first chunk of damage, has to back off. Afu with the double.
Ralph dead already?
Will lose both of them, but either immediately with the refrag.
Oh, no one with the refrag for your
Lings
team?
now with
By the way.
M16, hops on in for the fight. Looks for the challenge, but goes down
I'm
as
not
well.
watching, dude.
Unpatching good for Ida around the door frame. Look, doesn't have any rounds in the chamber, no. He's out of slugs. Needs to get the reload going. But that PP Bison for Marth will hold down the door frame for the meantime.
It's two players now for LGD. Good nade from Tian. Leaves us in a 2v2. Come on, don't tell me we're in a situation where we'll be a solo survivor coming out from South George. North George is open as well right now, which must be very frustrating for both teams. Marth attempts to get one, but Prestige is now down. A solo left remaining.
A lot of damage done though, both ways and through the middle of it. Oh, that was a revolver shot down. Coming on through from Tian, you love to see it. Closing him down, Wild West style.
For both RA and LGD, this is getting a little bit tiresome for both teams, I imagine. For LGD, it must be even more frustrating considering this is one of the best starts to an international tournament for a PL team there's been in quite some time. Like I said before, it's usually day 2 where PL teams start to stand up. I think LGD should be proud of themselves, but this is really ruining their chances. Same for R8, who are currently on the top of the leaderboard. Both teams don't want to be doing this going forward.
It's 50% of your matches playing on Erangel, right?
Yeah.
And you're guaranteed to at least take a lot of damage in this early game, right? You're dropping on another highly skilled team. Sure, you may have that 1 in 5, 1 in 6 scenario where you aren't losing any players, but more likely than not, you're going to lose something. And it severely limits your point scoring ability, and you could just go down flat on your face right at the start as well. Because R8 walk away from this game 2 points. They've been over that 30-point mark now, I think, for 2 matches running.
For R8, it is silly business. For what was such a great beginning to the game with some good macro throughout the others, to come into Erangel and just have a poor back-to-back match purely because of hot drops. Very frustrating. Luckily for both teams, they still sit in the top 5, but that could very quickly change towards the end of the day. But this is making the Smash rules, I'd say, a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, a little
achieve.
bit harder to achieve, yeah. You're right. It's going to put it a little bit further out of reach. We're now into match 4. If the top of the tables is at 30 points at this stage, it's very unlikely that we're going to see 80 points until maybe looking in towards, I mean, 3rd match tomorrow, if things keep going the way they are. But then again, we can load up the points from the bottom of the tables as well. Maybe NepX get 27 million points in this game and are able to pull it out the bag tomorrow. We are Going to see what they can do, but Nongshim Red Force going to be denied an opportunity to do anything more, certainly for one of their players, the 27 Aggressor, who have lost one of their own, are going to be looking to try and pull things back into control.
721 Aggressor. They lost a player early to Nongshim Red Force, actually. I think it was the first elimination inside the lobby, which is slightly unfortunate. I think it was a scuffle over vehicles too, which is always going to be the case, especially when you've got two teams playing very close around farm. I think I'm very curious about the fact that we have 3 teams down towards Sosnovka trying to set themselves up early. I mean, if it's area to play, you go for it.
I mean, 4MV is one of those 3 teams, but they are actually split 2 and 2, lighthouse to military base. A very, very wide split. They will at least have info on teams rolling on in, but they might have a little bit of a diminished capability to take the fight if a team looks to roll up to that lighthouse position.
Chat, I'm ending stream. I don't feel like watching this. I'm quite bored. And this is quite a boring tournament. GG's. I will see you guys whenever Titans is streamed.